Hello and welcome. Right, we have lots of news from MCM Comic Con in New York, and it is all DC Batman related. So we will be covering that, and of course, we will be carrying on tucking in with the Death Star as well. But because the Batman stuff has literally just come out, this has changed the time of everything. When I was going to go live, and I was just trying to go a little bit earlier, and it means I've now got to do a longer live as well to carry on building this to catch the normal group of people. Now, there's all sorts of bits and pieces on the LEGO website already, which is stuff that we will cover straight away because it is a big thing with regards to what they are doing. So as the screen starts to share with you, once it warms up and catches up, there we go. We've got all of the sale bits and pieces on there, as we know about. But if you then go to Batman, because that seems to be the topic of conversation at the moment, we will keep jumping back. There are four brand new models, which are all available for pre-order. No, three, that are available for pre-order because the Batman Tumbler and the Two-Face Joker, that has been out for a while. This is all to do with a brand new game that is playable right now in New York for the first ever time. So I do believe it is the Lego Batman game from the Dark Knight. So if you are a fan of that franchise, it is all coming out next year, I think, from what I gather. So there seems to be bits and pieces relating to Batman stuff. All the news is obviously just starting to come out, so it'll be quite interesting and exciting to see all of the different bits and pieces that are going to be on show with regards to what is actually in New York. But all I know right now is basically what they're going to be showing us. So we will be clicking on all of the different bits and pieces, and we can have a look at some of these. So we're going straight into Batman versus Superman, and it is just the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. You don't get the Superman minifigure. You only get the Batman, but I do believe this is going to make quite a few people happy, especially Mr. J's Toy Collection UK, because finally we have got the Ben Affleck car, and that is, excuse me, this is Jay's Batman for Ben Affleck. So obviously if you're a Batman or Joker fan with regards to whatever it is, depending on what decade you watched it, you've all got your own actor that plays Batman, and of course you've all got your own actor that plays the Joker. Obviously, me being the Dark Knight trilogy, Heath Ledger was the best Joker I have seen, but obviously the Joker film was also very, very popular indeed. But this is available for pre-order, but if you pre-ordered it today, it doesn't ship until the 1st of March 2026. So this is all to do with New York and MCM News. So obviously, I'd be interesting to see if they've got these models built. I wasn't expecting it to be full-blown Batman bits and pieces. I was thinking we might get some images from the Star Trek stuff that might be coming out next month, but they're going to make us wait 5 months. 5-6 months for all of these bits and pieces. So it's 220 pieces. It's item number 76331, obviously Batman versus Superman, and it is yours for $24.99. Now, I would imagine these will be going in to the other toy shops as well. So from the very quick bits that I've managed to read in between doing all the other bits and pieces I've been doing today, you have got the collectible gold pieces in here somewhere. There is a golden Batman for one of the other things. So here, so it's the in-game golden Batman variant. So it gives you a bonus unlock for the game. So it is the Legacy of the Dark Knight is what the game is called. And like I said, I do believe you can play that game today in New York. It'd be interesting to see if that is the game that is going to be coming to MCM Comic Con in London in a fortnight's time, because obviously we never know the news that's going to be coming out from New York until now. And it just happens to be before I've seen anything. I saw a quick thing on Instagram and Lego's actually now released all of the images. So it'll be very interesting to see what else is going to be happening over the next 4 days from the Lego group itself. The other MCM news that I have read, obviously only relating to Lego, head over to Jay's Toy Collection UK for all of the action figure stuff, because he's on top of all of the panels and everything like that. That's going to be happening basically today, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. But with regards to the Lego bits and pieces, I know that they have a build there the whole time. So obviously, I think the booth is open from 10 till 7. Obviously, this is American timing. So it's open from 10 till 7 for the next 4 days. You can go in there, build different bits and pieces. I will see if I can get any footage over the next couple of days and then try and put something together for a video. It'd be nice to see what these look like built. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, well, it's just obviously a smaller thing. But it does look pretty cool with regards to all of the bits and pieces that they have used. Yes, all right, it's far too much money at $69.99, but of course you get the 20th year anniversary of Batman. I'm assuming it's 20th year of Batman for obviously the Lego group. It's 678 pieces. You get the golden Batman, and then you get, which Batman variation is that? I should know what that one is. Is that the Bale? I think it's the Bale Batman. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say that is the Bale logo. Yeah, I don't think it's the 92. No, that's what I'm going to go with. No, I'm not, because it's not in the film, is it? So, no, that is the 92 Batman. Fucking absolutely nonsense. So, yeah, so we got something from Batman vs. Superman. We got something from the original. And then we've got something from the Batman and Robin, apparently. Now, this does look like it's from... I'm not actually... I don't know what this is from, because I don't... Oh, I do. This is the George Clooney, isn't it? Oh, no. So, we had in the 90s the quadrilogy, which is where I think that's how you say it, where you got 4 of them, where they had the incredible 89 Batman. Then they had the 92 Batman, which was amazing. Then we had the Val Kilmer Batman, where it got a little bit more cartoonish, still a little bit dark. And then we had George Clooney, Batman and Robin. The Batman and Robin film was that bad, it took 10 years until they started to do the Dark Knight trilogy because it put so many people off. And just for that reason alone, I think I need to get myself a Batman and Robin Batman because, well, it doesn't include the nips, but it has got quite a cool groove headpiece on the one side, which does look quite smart. And then you have got obviously the Batman Forever logo just on the inside, just there. Yeah, you can see it's slightly different to the car that they have just released. I'm assuming you get the golden thing for that as well. So all of these vehicles, obviously the gold variants, are in this game. Be interesting to see how much this game is. I'm assuming it's going to be on PS4, PS5, Xbox, and everything like that. The game itself isn't on the Lego website yet, but obviously all of these vehicles are. Now, what I'll keep doing is every time I've done a bag or so with these bits, we'll sort of look into a little bit more detail with regards to each vehicle. That way it will break it up a little bit for me. I was going to do a very, very long sort of marathon-esque build today, and I think I still will tuck into that. So we're going to be doing about 3 hours today if I can. Like I said, I've gone on early to catch all of these bits and pieces and seeing if the Lego group will announce anything else that is new. And then we'll just see exactly what's going to be coming on. But they have also got the Batman Batmobile is up now as well. So that's something else that we'll need to click on because I haven't clicked on that one yet. So that is the other new one. So there is 4 then. There is 4 things. I've just clicked on 3 of them and the Batman Batmobile is coming. So that is the Batman, Batman and Robin, Batman versus Superman. And then we've got the Batman logo. We've also then got the Batman Forever Batmobile. So they've gone all the different ages. So yes, they are going to have, I was about to say they will have, but that one's retiring this year, so that won't be gone. So they were going to have a huge selection of different Batman stuff. And obviously, yeah, we'll have to sort of play it by ear and see what's what. I don't know if they've got anything else in the sale. I don't think they've added in anything else new just yet, but we will keep jumping back in for the Batman news and anything else that appears over the next sort of few hours, because if they've uploaded it that quickly, you would like to think that they might upload anything else from MCM Comic Con as well. So not a bad start for if you're a Batman fan, and obviously I am, so the fact that that is all available. The other thing that I was going to say is that the Death Star was this morning on back order. It's now not. It is available obviously now, but the giveaway purchase has ended. So they have updated the website and they have changed everything. So they have timed it well because the giveaway purchase finished, MCM has started, and obviously that is the MCM news so far. So that's all I can share with you with regards to that. But like I said, I'm going to do a bag for the Death Star, and then we'll go back and we'll just keep clicking on each thing individually. Jay's at work and he will be doing his own live stream on his own channel with relating to loads of different bits and pieces. But what I will do is I will drop him a voice note in a little while and see if I can send him a link to this. He can send me a link to his, and then we might be able to do a live stream simultaneously, which will be quite interesting with that. But yeah, like I said, Batman versus Superman, the Batman logo. We've got Batman and Robin and the Batmobile and the Batman car. That car looks a lot less chunky than the others, so we'll come off that just for a smidge. We'll get it back on my mug and we'll carry on with the Death Star. So what we got to yesterday, we're ended bag 17 and we're doing the trash compactor bits and pieces, which is obviously rather nice. So I am going to put that there because you guys and girls, if I do this, if I get you in the right place and I do this, you guys and girls can then see all of those. I don't think that's glaring on you too much, is it? Is it that one? No, that should be okay if I do that. Yeah. So that is fine. So I can see what's going on. So like I said, bag number 18. I do want to just tuck into this and then just like I said, just keep jumping back to the Lego website every bag. So again, I'm not going to get as much done as I thought I was going to do on this, because I was just going to try and get my head down and just crack on. But yeah, I was expecting to struggle to find some different Batman news, but clearly it is there and it is ready. And what I want to do is, I think I can. Let me make a poll. Will you get the new Batman game? Will you get the new Batman game? Let's have a look. Simple yes or no. Start poll. Simple as that. So that should now pop up in the poll. So you guys and girls should be able to see what is going on. And before I'm going to keep doing this, I know, but is anything else changed? Don't think so. No. So like I said, I'll keep going back to it. Every bag we'll tuck into that, and then we'll just see exactly what is what. That's what we need. That's where we're at. Right, we are good. So bag number 18, we have got another Luke Skywalker. Obviously used in multiple scenes throughout the film. It does look like, obviously we're still doing the trash compactor, so we have still got quite a lot of small fiddly bits. I think this is second or third bag for the smaller bits and pieces. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see with regards to how well this all comes together. But hopefully I will just put this together as fast as I possibly can, and then we will see. We'll see what's occurring, because I want to see what else is going to be coming out. But I need to make sure that I'm actually building this the right way. Yeah. Right. Okay. So that's the teeth going into. So we've got moving bits for the trash compactor already. So we're adding in all those moving elements straight away. Now, obviously, those people that are in the sort of lurking in the background, I obviously have put the poll up, which people are answering already. So feel free to write in that comment section. When do you think you will get it? Because we are at the moment 100% yes, which I think it's going to look great. I haven't seen the trailer. I know the trailer has come out, but I didn't think that was going to be the main thing, because, well, they seem to be going back into their games, but I think they might have learned from. Did they do it last year? Was it MCM last year for the London and New York? They had all the game sets out at MCM, and they would. Is it the Fortnite thing they did? They did something. It just didn't feel. I don't know. Didn't feel right or not. What is going on with this? Right, apparently I've got to do something, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, got to have that fully open. So we've got the pins at the front for that one. Looks clean enough. And then yeah, we will see So you start to get this wrong, it's all going to end wrong, isn't it? So I have already done it wrong. Brilliant. I put that in that wrong hole. That is why it didn't look too happy. Right, now that wheel should fit. What have we got? We got gap 1 and we've got 2 gaps. So we should have a wheel that connects to that. Yep. And then we've got another wheel that connects to that, which is in. We are. Yep. So we are in. So we now have moving pieces, which is pretty cool. Stormy Cube, good evening or afternoon or hello to you. How are we? Yeah, it's all sorts of bit chaotic. I've gone on much earlier than I planned. Normally I don't go on to a little bit later. But obviously the MCM New York news is breaking now. So what I've said is I'm going to keep bouncing between doing a bag of this, going back to the Lego website and then scouting sort of Tinterweb to see what is going on. Now I have got another problem because I've moved bits and pieces again. When it comes to the brown stuff, it's only the brown colour. I can't see it in the instruction booklet very well. So hopefully that will come about okay. I will send Jay a link to see if he's about to get his first thoughts on the Batman stuff as well. But he is one of the busiest men in existence at the moment. Right, we have got little caps at the end because obviously Jay is a huge Batman fan. So it makes me think that if Lego are doing a big Batman announcement, there's going to be a lot of DC news at MCM. That's pretty cool. So we've got all of this going on. Hello. How are we? Good evening, afternoon, and everything else like that to you. So I am currently building the UCS Death Star bag by bag by bag. I've got on earlier because I'm an idiot just because of the MCM stuff. No, I wasn't planning on going on to about 6 o'clock. But because the news broke and, well, it surprised me a little bit, I thought, what else are they going to be doing? I wasn't expecting to hear anything until much, much later on. But it seems to be maybe when the doors have opened, Lego have gone, right, we're going to tell everybody so people know what to expect at New York, which hopefully means if there is anything else new at the one in London, they'll let us know. But I'm not holding my breath. How far? Right, that seems to work. All right, I think we've got a working mechanism anyway. So there's teeth on teeth on teeth. So we seem to be doing a thing. I'm going to check in the background just to make sure that there's nothing else that they've done. I genuinely thought, like I said, it was going to be Star Trek news today. So the Batman is a nice, pleasant surprise. So no, not yet. So I tuck into this, then we can tuck into one of the sets, and then we can just plod on and just keep doing it bit by bit by bit, and just see what's going on. Now, I haven't built any of this off the live. The first live I did, we flew through because they were bigger pieces like, well, I was about to say like this. These aren't bigger pieces. But the last few bags, it seems to be, there's been a lot of Lego announcements, and it all seems to be much smaller bags. So I am hoping to get this bit done relatively quickly. And if this is going to be the last bag of this, that would be great. And then we should, as you can see that in the background, just how big this is. I think we just keep going across, and then basically see how it ends up as well. But I suppose the big question is, because I've asked the question in the poll, and obviously there's a lot of people saying that they are going to be getting the new Batman game, which is fantastic. But with regards to the sets, I've just seen, all I've seen is cookies. It stopped me on. Where was I going? With regards to the actual Lego sets, will you get them day one, even though there's no incentive? Because the pre-orders do not include any giveaway. Would you just wait until double point later on in the year and get them in March? Or would you wait until they go into a sale? That's the thing, because obviously we've got a few more. Right, here we go. What shall I, if I, I'm going to show it. So what we got? If I wanted to bake 6 million cookies in 6 years, do you think that's a realistic goal? Or does 279,000 sound like more of a realistic number? Now, are you doing 279,000 a year, a day, a month? How are you trying to do it? Because if you did 279,000 every 3 months, and then you did that in 6 years, there's a very, very good possibility. For a second, I thought if I got 6 million, I was thinking, oh, here we go. Is that going to be part of Lego pieces or something? But it's food, which is now going to make me really hungry in about half an hour's time. So all I'm going to be thinking of now is chocolate chip cookies. Now I have got backup, because I thought I was going to be on here for a while. I have got a chocolate Aero. So if that had 279,000 chunks, that would have been interesting. And did anybody, just now we're talking about food, did anybody see the person that decided it would be a good idea to eat 3 kilograms of Coca-Cola bottles from Haribo? And I think they ate it for 3 consecutive days, and they ended up having to get their stomach pumped. Now, don't get me wrong, my diet's not fantastic, but I would not try and eat that amount of cookies. Well, I would attempt, but I definitely wouldn't want to eat that many Haribo. What are we doing with that? 2, 2, 2. Yeah. So it looks like we're gonna be able to now have a place for some of these minifigures to stand. All going well. Yes. So we are flying. He says he's flying through this bag. I know I'm not. I'm now just thinking of chocolate and cookies. So thank you very much. So what is going to be happening with the rest of MCM Comic Con? What is going to happen? So where are we with this? What is this bit? Oh, we're adding loads of... All right. We're going to be adding a load of lights. I thought we are going to have some minifigures still in here, but not so much. What have I got? I haven't had any missing pieces yet. I need 4 of them and 4 of them. I'm missing 2. What have I done wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4, 2 for 2, 1 there. Have I done a schoolboy error and left it in the bag? What bag are we on? 18. Oh, I have. There's 1 piece left in there. Thought I'd double check that. Nothing in there. The bit that I've got is the bit I don't need. It's got to be underneath something. There they are. I was going to say it's got to be underneath something. They were. They're underneath another piece. So that is okay. So we are now adding in 8 bright orange things. Where are they going? Oh, right, sits in. 2, 3. Having a nightmare is what's going on. Mr. Lego King, hello, hello, hello. Oh, hang on. Admira is saying that Oreo chip is tasty. Oh, no, don't start about talking about Oreo biscuits. Oh, Oreo chocolate chip is so good. Ice cream variation of Oreo. The double thickness Oreos that they've just released over in the UK. It's double thick creaminess on the inside. They're the ones to go for. Which is, well, we're still talking about cookies up here, are we? So I'm not going to figure that out, everybody. You can figure that out. So Angelo Robin is asking all sorts of questions with regards to that. Mr. Lego King, hello to you. Don't worry about your late. Huge Batman news, sir, which we'll be looking at in a very, very short while. Mr. Lego King then gives a pink waving hand coming down. We have, what do you guys think of the new Batman logo? Have a look at it as soon as I finish this bag. That'll be the first thing we look at. Yeah, it is. It's weird, that, isn't it? It's it's an interesting one, but we started off the live looking at all of them very, very quickly. And then what I said is once I've done each bag, we'll look at it in much greater detail because I am intrigued by what everybody's favorite is, because we have got Batman versus Superman, Batman and Robin, which I thought they would never, ever touch in a million years. The fact that we have now got a George Clooney Batman is outrageous. The fact that they've released it on a Comic-Con day, and George Clooney actually went to a Comic-Con and apologized for killing off Batman. Because I saw his interview. I think it was on a Graham Norton thing. He felt so guilty for doing that. So I think it's quite a, I don't know if they've done that as a bit of a Easter egg or a jab or whatever it is. But the fact that he is now going to be available. The new Batman logo does look pretty cool, to be honest. I mean, it would work well in my sort of Marvel DC area. The fact that it doesn't say DC, it didn't even say Batman, it is just like a silhouette, I guess, because I can imagine some people potentially putting a big spotlight with it and obviously projecting it into the sky. That's something that I've just done. I've done a thing. This is fully, like I said, this is a fully working mechanism, which now doesn't want to do anything. Why are you working? It was a fully working mechanism, and I've just done, I don't 100% sure why it's now not working. Actually, where is that supposed to go? Right, that is supposed to be fully. I knew what the second I introduced Technic into Lego, I can never line the bits and pieces up. And I never understand. Where's that jamming? Oh, it's just jamming. That's all it is. Yeah, I've just got to be a bit more forceful with it. Right. I didn't do anything wrong. It was just being annoying. Right, so that bit must go that way. That bit then sits at the back. Right, so that is the back just there. I wonder why it's so dark. I've got my screen's turned down. There we go. Ice cream Oreo. Yes, I know. That would get brought up, wouldn't it? So Oreo from this young lady just here. It is so good. It is very, very tasty. Yeah, Oreos in general are just good. But yeah, so we're talking about chocolate, Oreo, Lego, and subscribers. So we have 2 new subscribers. So hello to Sister and Aaron. Happy days to you both. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I like your new profile picture as well, so that looks great. So that's Mr. Lego King stood in front of his display. Let us know what show that was from. Little sneak peek of what we are talking about is this. So this here, we are going to be looking at very, very, very quickly in a second of all the new Batman stuff that's just come on. The second I finish this bag, because I know there's a lot of Batman fans and I am intrigued to see what else they're going to be doing. But I am on step 472, page 50. And yeah, I am now thinking of cookies, Oreos, all sorts of chocolate. I'm just glad I have chocolate here, otherwise that would have just been, it would have been a long, long live stream, not being able to have any snacks whatsoever. So yeah, we will torpedo through this bit as quick as we possibly can, because sometimes you get into a nice rhythm like this and you find the bits quite quickly. It's not too bad. And then I go and do one stupid mistake and it just ends in tears. I've got to rip it all apart again. I've got to do it all again. But if I can do each thing quickly, catch up on the comment section, which I think I'll get into the rhythm of doing, and then we will go through. So that's the back wall. So that's another panel for the back. Very, very. Tell you what, if you were off by a smidge, it would be a right royal pain. It looks like they're going to be so close together. Right, got the next 4 of those. It looks like we're just making another little panel to go in on that. So we got another one there, another one there, that Another 2. I'm going to be sending Admira a message in a while, asking her for Oreo cookies now. That is shocking. That's all I'm thinking of. And every time somebody mentions Oreo, if anybody have seen Wreck-It Ralph, and they know where I'm going with this, and they land in the bit in the city, which is made up of sweets, and there's those little soldiers that just start singing Oreo. It's like every time it just gets stuck in my head. And then it just makes me want them even more. The marketing on that was fantastic for that. Right, so another couple of bits. That bit goes down there. I am doing this as quick as I can because I want to have a look at properly one of these Batman vehicles. Still can't get over my head that they didn't include Superman in the Batman versus Superman. Not 100% sure what that's all about. Right, we have got a couple of spare pieces, which I say this every time, is slightly terrifying, but I can actually see why they've given me those bits, because they are the bits that will just fall off. So we've got Luke in his suit, which looks great. He will go on with those 3 up there. I will add these into bag number 1, which is my spare pieces bag. I will take a breath because I try to do that last part as quick as possible. That is it. That is the trash compactor scene. It does have it photographed with all 4 minifigures in. And it is actually asking me to add... it is actually asking me to add it there. So we are... Ooh. It sits on 6 studs. That's it. So let's see. It has got some weight to it, Mime. That is 3 bags of small pieces. So there's a lot of detail to this. So that's 2. That's 4. That's 6. We're in. There you go. That's what it looks like. Can you see that? Where is it? There. Yeah. Sit from the side and sit from the front. How are you? So you just do it from the back, look. Nice and simple. Easy. Happy days on that. So do I put them in there? Do I put the minifigures in there or not? Right, let's catch up with the chat. We'll go top to bottom. So let's start off with the Oreo from Admira, because obviously that's what I was talking about. So there we go. So that is Admira. It's talking about Oreos. Then we're coming down to Lego King, saying he's late. Pink wavy hand. Shibo 369. So we're just about to have a look. That's what we're going to look at first, Shibo. We'll be looking at the Batman logo for you. And then, where are we coming down? Right, so this was Milton Keynes Brick Show London Festival came first. Happy Days, we always like that. And then Black Adam was a flop. Well, yeah, it was a shame, really, because it had the opportunity for DC to go in a really good direction. Obviously, having Cavill back as Superman was amazing. And then, well, they just screwed the pooch again, didn't they? Which is, it's just DC all over again. I don't know why they keep doing what they're doing. So let's take a look at the MCM news. So there is, I'm going to keep saying this as repeat, because there's also going to be people coming in the chat all the time, but that's why I did it at the start, for those people that just wanted to know a little bit of the news and then just skedaddle and weren't interested about the builds whatsoever. It is MCM Comic-Con in New York. I keep saying New York. I really hope that's where it is. And I was not expecting to be able to share any more with you than there's a new game coming out, which is Dark Knight Legacy. Then I was going to talk to you about the thing that nobody made me aware of. Now, I don't understand this. I had no idea this was a thing. I don't know if anybody else knew that this was a thing. But when MCM Comic-Con came to London in May, they had a Lego minifigure, which is being sold on eBay now for a huge amount of money, because I typed in MCM. I was typing in all sorts of different bits and pieces, Lego MCM minifigure, and it popped up. I will show you it right now, as it was from 2025. So share this tab instead. Look, 205, 96, 206, 146, 260, 96, and 130. Nobody made me aware that this was going on over in May. Granted, I probably wasn't in the country when it happened, but there was contacts that were there. So I guess they just did not go and have a look at the MCM stuff. So does that mean there is going to be an MCM exclusive minifigure? Because if you look at that, it says 87 of 200. So basically, all of those that we're looking at, 148 of 200, if you were the first 200 people, I'm assuming, to the store in MCM in London, you got given this. Now it is all about the Batman bits and pieces. So did you know that that was a thing? Do you want one of these? I thought they had stopped doing it. But we are now sharing this tab instead. So we will talk about this, have a look at this in great detail. Then I'll start bag number 19. So the Batman logo is yours for $69.99. Again, pre-order this today and it will ship on the 1st of March 2026. You earn 560 points, so you get back less than £5 in points. It's 678 pieces, item number 76330, and it is a 12 plus. Now, at the moment, there's no incentive to order it. Potentially, the good incentive would be if they gave you like a Batman gift card and you gave it to somebody for Christmas. Brilliant. But if you wait for double points, you can get double points on this, but you just can't get a giveaway with it. And the money, if you've got two sets that was under a giveaway value, it still doesn't add towards that giveaway. It does look like this. So that's what it looks like from the back, which again, it's just got all the Lego Technic pieces and everything like that. So it's fugly, isn't it, from the back? And then it looks pretty decent to the front, but it's at an awkward angle. So ideally, you try and get it on a stand where it's a little bit more erect and vertical, but you can kind of figure out what it is. Now, that's all the images that we've got so far. And obviously, they've got the Gotham City skyline underneath. They have gone for this pretty cool new sort of DC Batman artwork just over there. The fact that they've used potentially all sorts of pieces from the shadow box and other little bits and pieces, because there's got to be Easter eggs to everything there, because there's a grappling gun, there's Catwoman's whip. That is definitely going to have, well, it's a door with a hinge, so I'm assuming that's where the minifigure goes. You've then got a bat itself just on there. We've got a set of skates. We've got Penguin's umbrella just up on that bit. We've got another grappling gun, different style, up on here. We've got a Batarang, one there, and another one just on there. We've got a black leaf, obviously the lily pad, but in black. That's one of the first times I've seen one of those. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, there's that looks like it's Harley Quinn's hammer. So they've added in Harley Quinn's mallet just up on there. Obviously the pair of the pair of cuffs. We've got the police radio, Commissioner Gordon. That looks like it is the Riddler's hat. See what I mean? I do pay attention to Batman stuff. So there's lots of Easter eggs on this, and it'll be interesting to see if other people pick it up. But for me, that's what I'm assuming it is. So we've got Penguin's umbrella. We have got Harley Quinn's hammer. We've got the Riddler's hat. We've got Commissioner Gordon's walkie-talkie. That potentially might be supposed to be the shark repellent, which was obviously a stupid thing from the cartoon, which is obviously very, very funny. We've got a couple of different grappling guns. Obviously, other little bits and pieces that might just be for show. But then don't forget, you have got the Easter eggs and references to Poison Ivy as well. Obviously, we've got the vault bit in the middle, which I'm assuming is going to be a bit of a nod to the Batcave, and obviously the shadow box that they've just released with all those bits and pieces as well. And then we have got the rollerblades, roller skates, like I've already pointed out. Coming over on to this side, do we have any form of dynamite or anything a little bit crazy, weird, and wonderful? There's a cat. So we know that that's obviously related to Catwoman. We've got the different weapons for different bits and pieces. There's the crowbar, which is pictured with the Riddler quite a lot. One of these are probably Mr. Freeze's blast weapon, I would imagine. Again, it's all just in black rather than anything else. There's a phone. So we've got a phone just up at the top, just there. So yeah, I'm saying that they've done all of this on purpose. But again, it's all coming out next year. So this is just their version of the Marvel thing. It's their version of the Star Wars bit. Lots and lots of Easter eggs on this one, but potentially the cars might sell a little bit better than this one. But obviously they've just gone everything in black. So yeah, there's the phone. There's potentially Mr. Freeze's things, like I said. There's the crowbar. There's got to, I think there's an Easter egg to almost every single villain on here. So you've got the hat, the whip, the walkie-talkie. Definitely going to look at this in much more greater detail at a later date, that's for sure. Is it worth the money? Probably not, but you do get that anniversary Batman. So it's the Golden Edition 20th anniversary Batman. And of course, it's the only set you can get it in because it's not included in the other sets. Now, don't forget the other sets that we very quickly looked at. You have the barcode to the game that gives you the car in gold, but they have done a Ninjago on us. And for the 20th year, or I'm assuming it's the 20th year of them doing Batman, obviously from 2016, we've got the anniversary edition Batman just in there. So this will be the first time you can get it in gold. So now a lot of people will be wanting that minifigure, but they might have to get something, those bits and pieces. So we have a certain individual that likes the handcuffs. Now, if you are a Batman or a Joker fan, then obviously there's all the references from the Joker film as well. So there'll be bits and pieces in there. It's packed full of just little bits. So that's the little handcuffs. Again, Harley Quinn, Penguin, potentially Poison Ivy, grappling gun with Batman's. Yeah, there's all sorts. There's a Easter egg to every single villain on there. So be interesting to see what everybody else thinks of it. Don't think people are going to like the price of it, but if obviously the price does come down, then that'll be very, very interesting to see exactly what happens sort of at a later date. But it's not everybody's cup of tea because you can see Lego King says he's not feeling it. But then we've got somebody else that loves the handcuffs as well, which is fantastic. That surname keeps popping up. So good evening to everybody over in the Philippines. And obviously, Shibo, I don't know if you're still out and about, but what do you think? Are you happy that it's different to the Star Wars and Marvel stuff, or would you have wanted something that matches? Because I guess they could still do a DC version, but they've obviously just gone for a 20th anniversary. Maybe it's not meant to, because it's just a Batman logo, isn't it? So it's not a DC logo. So I guess it's just their way of giving us another Batwing if we wanted it. So yeah, and we got what we got here. They need a bat searchlight and the red bat phone. Yeah, well, we were saying that you could potentially have the bat light with it, but obviously it's meant to be a Batman logo, and it is full of all the different Easter eggs. So I will tuck into bag 19. We'll get bag 19 open, done. See what is going to be going on, and then we'll check back in and we'll go into the next vehicle because the next cars. I think we'll go for Batman versus Robin for the George Clooney vehicle because I want to have a look at that in a little bit more. Have a look about that in a little bit more detail because that did look quite an interesting thing. But with this, I've got C-3PO, which means we're still building around. There's C-3PO, so we're still building around this. So you can see that. I can still see what's going on. So these are the bigger pieces that I was talking about. So what have we got? We have got right. We're away. So we've got the big one, the small one. We've got a thing of 4. Where is it? Where are you? 3. There it is. Right, set 3, one of them, and one of those. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave Jay very quickly a voice note. So I'm going to turn my microphone off very, very quickly so you cannot hear what I'm going to be saying to Jay. Not that it matters anyway, because it's going to be nothing exciting, but I will just leave Jay a voice note now. So I literally just said I love him and I hope he's okay. No, I said that about the MCM potentially doing a joint live. So we heard it. There we go. We heard it. We heard what I said. Still thinking of Oreos is what I'm thinking of, young lady. I can't get Oreos out of my head. So chocolate Oreos is stuck in my head at the moment. So what I just said to Jay, I don't know actually, to be honest, I didn't really need to mute the mic, is just if he's back from work and he goes live, the technical bits of what's involved with us both going live simultaneously. See, boring. I know, boring. So yeah, we will see exactly what unfolds, but I don't know when he's back from work, and I don't know what all the other little bits and pieces are about. So we've got two of those. We heard it. I'm assuming you heard. Is either you heard the voice? What did you hear? Like you like the handcuffs, or did you hear that you heard your surname? Because look, the surnames from the Philippines they're matching. Can we see? So it's either the same person with multiple accounts, or there's multiple family members out there. So good evening, or I say good evening. It's early hours of the morning over in the Philippines now because they are 1 a.m. over there. So I would imagine that potentially some of you might be quite excited about the Batman news. Admira's never seen the Batman movie, which is just, well, appalling, to be fair, but has seen the new Joker. And I am struggling because that is in the wrong place. I thought that one. Come on. To shut that and pull that off. Yeah. Went on the other side. It didn't. All right, there we go. Open that back up. Put that one back there. Now we've got the one I need, which is great. And then that actually goes there. I can't really blame the light for that because that's just me being a moron. And to be honest, just still thinking about Oreos. That's what I was thinking. Couldn't stop thinking about that. Right. Big bar across the top. Another one just there. Okay. So far, so good. We're on page 60 of booklet number 2, step 494 in total. We are that one. Still got that Oreo song stuck in my head as well. It's going to take a while for that to disappear. That's another 6 pieces. Another 6 pieces down. And it's all still going round the outside of this. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel as well over the last couple of live streams. It's been amazing to have everybody there. What we're doing with the poll. So we're 50-50 for a yes and no. So yeah, yes and no for that one. Where else were we going on about? Hang on, I need to end that poll and redo another one because you're gonna have to re-answer that. Will you like? Will you get the new Batman game or Lego? There we go. How many can I add? Hang on. I know this is very, very exciting. Game. What cars do we have? Batman and Robin. We've also got. As if the poll would just be a little bit easier to set up. Batman versus Superman. And if I could add more options, that would be fantastic. Batman and Robin. Oh, the logo. There you go. We put a little poll up just to see what's what. Probably makes less sense than what it did before, but never mind. We will carry on. So, what have we got? So you got F1 cars. Got CMF. Nice. What car did you? Well, you got the CMF car. Aren't they just a minifigure with a helmet, or are they slightly different ones? I'm not 100% sure what ones they are, because I know a lot of people. All the Formula One stuff is sold extremely well, and obviously they've got a huge contract with them, and they did do a huge "this is all coming" promo, which is something they don't really tend to do. But it seems to be that they have gone all in on Formula One, and by the sounds of it, they're going to go all in on Pokemon as well. So if you're a Pokemon fan, you are going to be going all in on that, which is interesting. But it depends on what you think with regards. Oh, so it is that one. So it is the one with the Lego head. So looking at that Batman versus Robin car now, I'm like, oh, I can't believe they've done a George Clooney. That is outrageous. Outrageous. I'm sure somebody somewhere, when they were putting that together, was just laughing to themselves. I wonder what product research they had to do and how long they could watch one of the worst films ever made. It's awful. Absolutely awful. Batman and Robin. If the Val Kilmer one, the Batman Forever, it's all right. If they kept him as the lead actor, could have got away with it. But that is Batman and Robin is so bad. So bad. I don't care what age you are. I think everybody was just like, what is this? The fact it nearly killed a huge franchise off. I don't think I've ever seen one of these pieces before. Interesting looking thing. I can't believe they've now gone all the way around. I don't know if they've done that. I don't know if they've done a Batman and Robin. They must have. Would they have? I haven't seen anything from Batman and Robin for. I don't think I have seen anything from Batman and Robin. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Because obviously we had some stuff from film. We had some stuff from the Justice League. But no, I don't know. I actually don't know what was happening with that. Right, so that new poll is live. I've just double checked and it is working. So feel free to vote. I think I made it more confusing than what it was before, because all I asked before was about the game. But at least in the poll, you know that I know about the sets as well. Just in case you think I was only going to be talking about the game. Obviously, I was a bit surprised. I went to MCM London last year, and they had all the bits and pieces about the game, but they had the Zelda sets and stuff. I'm envisioning now a full-blown DC, real big diorama thing at MCM Comic Con in New York, and I guarantee that it just won't be. So we've got. It says Robin not ever been in CMF. We can't get a dick. There's no classic dick whatsoever with anything. The only time you've been able to get a proper dick is from the Batman and Robin, the Batcave with the twirly bits. And I'm actually going to have to show you because it is amazing looking set. Let me go back to this. We're going to be clicking on this in a second. Batcave. So the only time you can get yourself a Robin, here it is from the classic TV show. And it has got a Dick pole. Yes, I'm not making this up. You have got all the bits and pieces on the back. And you can see just around here just how amazing this thing is. It is a retired product. And you could get yourself a classic Robin from the TV show. There he is. Dick himself. And look. It has Dick pole on there. Dick Batman. And it's got the twirly pole that goes all the way down. So you can get a sticker for Robin on that. And that was an old set that they did from the classic TV show. Those minifigures in here are worth an absolute fortune in here, because obviously you've got the classic Penguin, who's the actor from Rocky, and then you've got all of the others as well in there, and you have got Robin and you've got Dick. So they are there. So you've got Bruce, Dick, Robin, Batman. So yeah, you cannot go wrong with that. And now here we are talking about from one of the most ridiculous TV shows that they had to one of the worst films that they ever had, which is obviously the Batman and Robin. It still haunts me how bad that film is. The fact that I actually managed to watch it all the way through, I think, is a credit to myself. But yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. New to me. No, there it is. Well, that is it. It's a fantastic thing. There's a power. It's all of the blast effects on that thing are amazing. So yeah, it's all there. There's all sorts of different bits and pieces in there. And that is exactly what we're talking about. Just call it a bit of classic Dick. And that is not from me. That is from Mr. J's Toy Collection UK. And we can blame him for that because he is a huge fan. He was trying to get that set at one point, but I think because of the new Arkham that came out, he waited, and I don't know if he regrets it or not. I think he's got some of the minifigures from it though, because the minifigures obviously are just, well, they are top notch. But that is that if you want a proper Dick Robin, that is the only set you can get it from, and they've never done another one. I don't know why, but that minifigure is very expensive. You want to start doing some research into regards to minifigures that have just gone up the most in value. Honestly, it's outrageous. That minifigure is so expensive. So expensive. Yeah, it's madness really with just how pricey that actually is. But yeah. It is what it is. If you got the sets when they first came out and then you kept them mint in box, or you just built them like I do and you look after them, which I don't really tend to, and you want to sell them, then obviously you're going to be laughing, aren't you? So go on eBay and have a look. Just for those minifigures, just to try and get a group of those minifigures, is outrageous. Because I remember Jay trying to get them and couldn't believe how expensive some of them were. Bearing in mind how old those are, and it's the only time they've done it. It's the only set that they've done the classic TV series Batman stuff from, and then everything else has all been films. Yeah, so that one is obviously from the Lego Batman movie, because you can get that. You can get that Batman in the Lego Batman movie Space Shuttle set, which is the add-on pack, where they had all 3 extra Batman outfits. So that was a cool thing. That's where the Joker Manor came from, that big purple thing over on my shoulder. So there was lots of Lego sets that all came out, and obviously the space set that they did, when Joker jumps in and says he's going to rub his butt all over his stuff, and then there's a changing room scene, isn't there? Prior to that, where he's getting ready to go out, and it's him, and then you've obviously got the Joker, Batman, Robin dressing up in very sketchy outfits as well. So you can get all of those minifigures, and they're not expensive. But that minifigure that we've just seen is rather expensive. So, and it's a bit like the boat from the original Lego movie. It's a big thing, but the minifigures from that and the actual set itself skyrocketed in price. So again, you've just got to be you've got to be careful, because when some of these sets discontinue, they say it goes up quicker than the value of gold. And to be honest, I'm trying to get some stuff on the back that are backdating it from eBay or anywhere like that. You are paying through the nose for those different bits and pieces. And, well, it's a bit of a shame, obviously, because you're paying nearly double the amount of money for something that literally 6 months prior, it was okay. Wow, that's on. That is on. Oh, there we go. That definitely wasn't meant to come back off. Right, we seem to be going all right. I'm trying to figure out what this bit is. I wonder if this is the next part of the lift. So I'm intrigued to see how the lift actually works. Because, like I said, I've not seen any videos on this. I've seen it in person, but didn't have to have a fiddle and a fondle with it. It was just what it was with regards to those different bits and pieces. But we seem to be, on this bag anyway, seem to be going through quite quickly. It'd be nice if I could keep this pace the whole time, but clearly that is not going to happen. Right, so are we just... Oh, it's the groove. It's the actual lift. So this is the bit that moves. So those grooves on the back are the bit where the twizzly bits go. And it looks like it's just going to take it in. Up you go. So I'm assuming that bit just... Get my arm out of the way. That bit will slot in there. Yeah, and the twizzly bits will work their magic, I'm assuming. Unless I've just got it jammed. Oh, no. Can't have these pieces spare. There's not... It's because I've missed them all from the top, just here. That'll be where they are. I'm starting to do that more and more. As this is getting bigger and wider, I'm starting to crack my elbow on the other part of this table. But that is everything. So that is the trash compactor and the lift done. We've got given, very nicely, 3 more spare pieces. And you know I keep saying it, but I'm always paranoid with these spare pieces now, because it didn't start off with any spare bits whatsoever. So we have done the first hour, and we are now going to tuck into this beautiful bar of aero, thanks to everybody talking about Oreos and everything else. We are going to be looking at the next vehicle. So the next vehicle on the list, I'm going to wait for Batman versus Superman, because I'm hoping I might get something from Jay, but I don't think I will, because he won't be back for a long time. So Batman and Robin. So the Batman Forever car is out and about. Let me just type in Batman, shall I? Because it'll just give me the other cars as well, won't it? So let's go by newest. Right, so the Batman Forever is available. And yes, that is $89.99, which makes me think straight away that the Batman Forever car is going to be a lot bigger, because I'm assuming it's going to be nearly 2 base plates long, like all of the others. But the fact that this Batman and Robin car is only 24, it's not going to be in scale. We're looking at the much smaller Lego City ones, because don't forget you're getting this for the game. But you can see the fins on the back are different anyway. It's a completely different shaped car. They went really weirdly with the Batman and Robin car for this. I don't remember too much about the car, because I was just appalled by the actual film. But I am kind of confused. I mean, I'm confused anyway. I'm always confused. But we've got the Batman logo that comes with the 20th anniversary Lego minifigure. I get it, okay? But you've got a Batman versus Superman Batmobile, and you don't have a Superman there. And you've got a Batman and Robin Batmobile that doesn't come with a Robin. But I am sure Batman and Robin at some point are in this vehicle together. Because I know Robin drives his motorbike. But have I lost the plot, or should they have included a Robin with it? But again, they are all available to pre-order now. You get nothing from pre-ordering it now. You get no giveaway purchase or anything. So honestly, just wait until it's on double points. if you want it shipped to you, because it'll be the 1st of March or just before. There is very good potential, like I said, that this will go into the other toy shops, and then also this potentially will go into a sale as well. But this, if I look at the box artwork first, you can see you just get a Batman, but the back of it gives you this. So this is what it's all to do with. So you get the in-game Batmobile Gold variant, and it says terms and conditions apply, but it's got the digital unlock. Now, if you remember, they did this ages ago for the Star Wars game, where you could get, I think you could get other bits and pieces, different shuttles and all that kind of thing, all at the same time, which worked. But now you can get the golden bits and pieces. So the car itself, let's be honest, for the price, it's a nice thing to have. It's going to fit nicely in people's Lego City displays. I want it just because of a George Clooney Batman, but I'm a bit confused with. I'm assuming Robin's going to be in the game. I know it's the legacy of the Dark Knight, so it looks like it's going to have a crossover of every single Batmobile, or because it just says in-game Batmobile plus gold variant. So I was about to say something which I think I might not carry on with, because I'm assuming I was going to say I'm assuming you play across all the cars across the board, but obviously in the Dark Knight this isn't a Dark Knight vehicle. So the fact that I've just been reading that wrong, and you get both variations of the same vehicle to play with this, which means obviously you're only going to get the tumbler in the actual game, and that'll be why they haven't done a tumbler at this price point, because it's already in the game. See, logic. But do you get a different Batman to play as well in the game, or is this just to this set? Because that Batman does look pretty cool. Obviously, it's something different, isn't it? It's just a different thing. Packed of stickers, loads and loads of stickers in there. So you can, if we go from the front, we've got obviously 4 stickers. You're going to have one either side of that. And I am not a perfectionist whatsoever, but that sticker can't be on correctly. Surely that should be in the middle. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stickers. I'm hoping that they are caps. That looks like it's a big old sticker, as does that one as well. So you're looking at what? 2, 4, 6, 7. Looking at 7 stickers minimum. So you will get a little sticker sheet with it. But again, I think you're getting this for unlocking extra content in the game. I would like to think that this would be a DLC as well, so downloadable content. So if you didn't want to buy the vehicle, you could still download the vehicles, and obviously pay a fee for that. If it's solely exclusive to this Lego set for this code, they have done every single Batman dirty, every single Batman fan dirty, as per normal. But as a quick recap, it's $24.99. You get 272 pieces for your pleasure. Its item number, which now they seem to be putting a hashtag beside everything, is 76333, and it is a 9+. And again, it's celebrating the 20th anniversary of DC Batman. This collectible merchandise features the iconic car, plus a Batman minifigure with a fabric cape to commemorate the 20th anniversary golden coin. Now, they did read somewhere else that there is you do get golden coins in each one of these, whatever it is to do. It says bonus digital unlock feature: redeem the Batman and Robin Batmobile and a golden variant of the Batman in the video game The Lego Batman: The Legacy of the Dark Knight. Scan the QR code on the building instructions and follow the directions, and then obviously you are away. But it says play and display car, relive movie action, put this replica model kit onto Maya, yada 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 yada. Batman and Robin Batmobile toy. Fans of the 2015 movie will recognise the winged Batmobile features in the detailed cockpit where the minifigure can be placed. 2015? Hey? Hang on. No, I can't. I'll use this. Batman. When was this 2015? Was it wasn't that? Oh, Batman Arkham Knight was from 2015. That was the game from there. What are they talking about? Is there an Easter egg? What Easter egg are they talking about with that then? 2015 movie? Oh, Batman versus Robin. So there was a Batman versus Robin in 2015 was an animated film, which is the 23rd film in the DC animated universe, and it's a thing from that. So the car's not from. Was the car from Batman and Robin, or from the animation then? Is it from both? I don't know. I've gone on this whole rant about the film being so bad, and they're talking about 2015. So maybe it's not that Batman. Ah, well, don't I look stupid? Oh well. I was about to say there's a first for everything, but that definitely isn't a first for me looking stupid. But that is that. So that's yours. Well, if they're talking about the Batman and Robin show, the animated film, gameplay, or anything, you need the Robin to go with it. Let's be honest. But we have got a few more still to tuck into and have a look. I want a piece of this. Catch up with the chat very quickly, and then we'll open up the next bag. Yeah, it's just a cartoon. That's what it's based on. Just the cartoon, not the actual film. I thought it was a Batman and Robin film, but clearly it's not. It's a 2015 animated thing. So obviously you can research quickly and figure all that out. Right, bag 20. We are away. What is a poll doing as well? So we are. No. Okay. Nobody's going for Batman versus Superman. Jay's going to be thrilled. So we got 29% for the game, 57% for the new logo, 14% for Batman and Robin, and nobody is going for Batman versus Superman. Because a lot of people don't like that Batman either. And for Jay, it's God tier. Now, I'm sure we would have a very good DC chit chat. That more than likely be on his channel with all the toys and stuff that are probably going to be coming out. But yeah, there we have it. Right, tucking back into this. So this is getting heavier, bigger, chunkier. Anything that you can possibly think of. To everybody that's liked this video, thank you very much indeed, because it helps. If you can like the video, if you can leave a comment in the actual comment section as well, once this live's finished. YouTube love that kind of thing for the algorithm. So that does help massively. But yes, it does. It does help massively. Right. So we are covering all of that. We are building this. We've got the next bag to build, and then we'll move over and on to the next Batmobile. And we will see what all the hype is all about. And then I will have to check Instagram to see if Lego have announced anything else, because obviously this has all come about very, very quickly. Did they ever make a Riddler? Loads of Riddlers. Yeah, loads and loads of them. All green outfits, question mark on top. How far do I have to walk to find a Riddler? Let's have a look. I've got Clockface looking at me right now. I've got the Joker on there. Is the Riddler on this one? I've got Mr. Freeze looking at me. Where is the Riddler? I've got loads of them. I would imagine they're actually all in the bag, because I've been doing shorts. So yes, the answer to that is yes, there's lots and lots of Riddlers in all different ones. You also got the Riddler that comes with the shadow box as well. Just picking up this random bag of stuff. Is there a Riddler in this one? No. But yeah, there is quite a lot of Riddlers, sir. I have got a fair few of them. So yeah, you've not got one. Oh, there's you can pick them up. You get them with the magazine. You can get them with the DC magazine. He comes with his question mark on the hat. That's why all those Easter eggs are in that sign. That's why I think that. That's why I think the sign's pretty cool, because there's so many Easter eggs in it. But yeah, you can get all different variations of of the Riddler, because he comes with his hat. He obviously, like I said, he's got the question mark on that on his torso. He comes with his little cane stick as well. So yeah, it's there is a few of them, and they're also, this is the power of the technology. There's actually quite a few. If I do this for you, are the sets. Where are we? There. So you've got the Riddler race car. If you wanted to, you can get the 4+ Batman versus the Riddler robbery. That's the brighter green one, that's the one I've got. I've got that Riddler. I don't have the race Riddler. Jay's got that one with the helicopter, and then you've got the Riddler face off that comes in with here. The one that I am missing is this Riddler. That's the one I want, the one in sort of like the weird mask from the Batman. He is an amazing one. Obviously, so if you've seen the Batman, which is the newest one that they've done, which is now a couple of years old, and that's the name of the film, The Batman. The Riddler in that is by far the creepiest of all of them. But yeah, this one's really easy to get because this is the one that's in the magazines all the time. So yeah, you can pick that one up, no problem. You can pick this set up on the aftermarket really cheap, because obviously it's just a 4+. But you can pick up that minifigure in all the magazines. So if you want to get yourself a Riddler, then yeah, that's easy doable for that kind of thing. So right, we're back on there. So the next one that we will click on again once I've done this one is we will click on the one that's coming soon, because I haven't clicked on that one either. So we'll see what that one's all about. But I've got to get the next bag done first. So again, in that comment section, let me know what you are most excited about. I can see people chirping in on the poll. Likes are starting to come in on the video as well, which is fantastic. So again, thank you very much indeed for that. I'm currently doing the R2-D2. So we're popping on his legs. Now, like I said, I was going to do a slightly longer stream this evening. So the first sort of 2 hours was all because of the MCM news. So I was going to normally come on at 6, but I came on at 4. So I thought, oh, I can just really tuck into getting this build done. And obviously, with all the MCM news, I'm not going to be able to do as many bags as I wanted to. But at the same time, it's always nice to talk different Lego sets. It'd be interesting to see as people start to finish work in the next sort of 45 minutes, especially in the UK, that is, because the Philippines will all be fast asleep now. They'll be snoring away because it will be... What time are we in the UK? Half 5? Yeah, they're late. So they're coming up to sort of 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning now. So yeah, super late or early for them. Over in the land of the brick, they're obviously an hour ahead of us. So, and their working day starts earlier than us, finishes earlier than us as well. So they'll be home from work. So I would imagine they'll be tucking into all of the exciting Lego news from the Comic-Con as well. But obviously not being there and not knowing what else is on the shop floor, I'm assuming that they are just going to be really pushing the Batman game. But I am quite surprised, I keep saying this, that they're pushing something that's coming out next year. So I would imagine the Death Star is going to be on show, but they've obviously got that out. Because that would have been something that would have worked at the show. They could have shown that for the first time at MCM. And then this weekend, the set could have potentially come out. Doing free marketing for them. I mean, that would have been easy enough to do. Still think they might show the Star Trek over the next few days. It would be silly if they... I say it's silly, I'm not in charge of all that kind of thing. But it would make sense if they did, because it's an Easter egg to what's going to be coming out. And again, it's going to be... This show's talked about worldwide. So it's something that Lego haven't taken part in a long time. And they came back later, because this is the same show that they did the big Bowser. That was a couple of years back. So if you saw the images of the huge Bowser going around in the big Lego store that they had there, but they didn't have any new sets at that point. They just made it like a place to come and have a look. Like I said, I think this time they're making it a place to come and build. So I've got to wait until maybe tomorrow until I can see some of the videos, because obviously the people in America will be there now. They'll be filming the bits and pieces. One day that will be me going around all the different shows around the world and filming it, because as you can tell, I quite like to see all of the newer bits and pieces that come out. But at the same time, oh no, I just heard something drop. I said, at the same time, I think it was that, because that is the only grey piece that's on the floor. If I was there, I wouldn't be building this. So we can't have everything, and we can't be greedy. We want it, but we can't have it. So it is what it is. Right, we are tucking in to all of this. Yeah, just a single one. I've seen other people doing live stream builds on this, and I was actually quite happy that they kind of stopped where I stopped in about the same time frame I did on my first build. And obviously when we went live with Mr. Lego King and Jay, I feel it was all a little bit slower because of that kind of format. But I was amazed by the detail of this trash compactor. That is for sure, because of I can't believe that something so small, because like I said, this whole booklet is only 2 sections of this whole base. So we've got that one bit, and there's 6 booklets in total, but this whole booklet, I don't know how many pages, we're over a quarter of the way through the first part of this booklet, and we don't get much more height. So I don't know if we're adding a lot more structural support or what is going to be the case of that, what's going to be coming. But if I can try and get as close through booklet number 2 and tuck into booklet number 3 as possible, that would be pretty cool. But we will see. If I can actually get these beaches on. Oh, he's having a nightmare. Right, there we go. Right, it's got some nice, even with all these stickers, we've got some really nice printed tiles. Yeah, we have. So these are still printed. I thought I jinxed myself, and that was another sticker, but it's not. So there's lots of stickers, but also lots of prints, which is also nice. What else have we got? Right, what should we have? I'd love to do a documentary on why you like Lego. How do you get back into it, or made like a Lego history of all sorts? Be cool for the channel. Yeah, that would be. It'd be quite cool to go around the shows and actually just interview people with regards to when was their dark age, because obviously everybody stopped collecting it for a while and came back in. I think people will see that it's not for kids so much. Well, yeah, that's why now they've got the whole wall of the black boxes, haven't they? They've literally got like an adult wall on the one side, and then literally the middle and on the left-hand side is all mixed ages. So they're definitely losing that stigma of it's just for kids. I think people see that it's not for kids so much detail in the Lego, and what to mean of all of his A-folds, it means an adult fan of Lego, but to be known, yeah, exactly that. So obviously if you go to the Lego house, it's got to be, it's at least a 50-50 mix of groups of adults going around and families with children, because that is the place to go, where you have something for everybody, because you've got the history museum downstairs, which I go straight to. You've got the amazing museum, which is where I go to second. Then you've got all the building experiences, which is I don't do, and then you've got which are fantastic. Mind it is good to see everybody doing that. I think I've done one. I did a Christmas tree, but I don't have time to do them when I'm filming everything, so I'd rather get everything filmed and then just sort of enjoy chilling out and seeing exactly what's going on. And then that's a special place, so people can get to the Lego house and kind of see exactly what it's all about. I think it'll be a bit of an eye-opener to people with regards to what's going on. But the Lego house at Christmas is a very, very nice place to go. That is for sure. So we'll have to see what the rest of the year holds with regards to that kind of thing. You can tell I'm concentrating because I'm not finishing my sentences very quickly, because that one piece then confused me because again, in the instruction booklet, it doesn't show you that it's got double prong hole that it needed it. So I think that was right. No idea. We will see. So I think that bit goes on top. So now we're building all the different computer systems. You can see there's one sticker and 2 tiles. So that's not too bad. Is that did I put that sticker? Is that me? Did I do that? That's atrocious. Get that back off before it sets. It looked fantastic on the black, but you put the grey surround around it, it looked really horrible and wonky. Won't be doing that mistake again. Well, I will. Watch. I'll end up putting this on now. Like, I'll take this sticker on and off probably about 10 different times now. Look of concentration. There we go. That's a bit better. Oh, that was outrageous. That was a horrible mistake. That was. I've actually ripped it apart that quickly. I can't actually see what pieces I need to put that back together. That was another schoolboy error. I put that in the wrong bit. I put it in the wrong bit. I got a bit carried away with that. And I put, oh no, taking it apart and put it back in the wrong way. Right. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Can I repair this quickly enough, or have I got to rebuild the whole thing? That goes all like that. What bit goes on top? Right, I'm missing one bit. There it is. So that is the bit for that. That's the bit for that. That now looks a lot better. Now it's straight rather than it being super, super wonky, even though it was absolutely fine. And it now looks like we're building another wall. Oh, I can't stop thinking about Oreo. Oh, awful. Awful, awful, awful. Are we building another bit, or is that just the bit that goes on top? No, that could have been embarrassing. No, we are away. Right, so we are on step 536. So we're tucking into this quite nicely, and then we'll be looking at the next Batmobile and seeing exactly what it is all about. I don't know. It's one of those, isn't it? Because we always want more minifigures, but they would have charged us more money. And the fact that it is just for gaming content, I wonder if the £27 price point at the end of next year, we get a really expensive one where they give us the 2 minifigures and they are the same scale as the Batman Forever and the other ones. Because will they give us the minifigures we want, or are they literally just going to do Batman and nothing else? Because I'm sure the Batman versus Superman, he actually runs over him, doesn't he, in the Batman versus Superman films? They do meet each other in that car. And that is a film that I've seen very, very recently, luckily. So it is a good one. So everybody forgets it's where Wonder Woman turns up as well. What are we at? 4 of those. And then we are 2 of them. All sorts going on with this. Not bad. Lots and lots of grey bits in this. We didn't have that in the first few bags. Like I said, there was lots of other colour being added in, so it was really easy to grab the bits and pieces. But on this one, obviously now we're getting to the point, there's literally just one yellow bit, and you know full well that yellow bit is going to be covered. So yeah, it's always interesting to see. They haven't done the pink brick for ages. There was a point where they used to hide the pink brick in a lot of the, I think it was in this Superman. I'm not too sure if that was, I don't know what the ins and outs of that was. I don't know if it was a sort of like a designer rib or they were just doing bits, but I'm assuming that designer's now no longer with the company and they've now stopped doing sort of like the pink brick. So there's been no pink in this, and they're not going to be able to add that pink in again now because obviously I wouldn't imagine with how this is. But again, still intrigued, slightly concerned, but also looking forward just to seeing how well this thing actually does move, because it could fit where my AT80 is, and if it did that, it means I've actually got to pick it up above my head to get it in. And if that is the case, then that's going to be an interesting. Well, it's going to be an interesting scenario to say the least. Why can't I get this bit right? Two bits on show. 3. Why does that work? 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. These bits too long. They are too long. That'd be why it doesn't work, because I am off by one whole stud. Oh, this name is getting more and more relevant in this set as we go. And I can see the comments starting to come in. So Dan has asked a question, and this is open to everybody. What was your favourite Star Wars movie? I'll let the chat as I put this together. Then I'll try and answer Dan and everybody else in the comment section. And then we'll carry on looking at obviously the new Batman sets. I would say... to be honest, it's easy for me. It will be the it's part obviously from the Dark Knight trilogy, and it is the second one with the Joker. It has to be for me. I think that film is just Star Wars. I was talking about Batman. Sorry, but that's my favorite Batman film. Star Wars. I shall have a think with the Star Wars. Batman, I had Batman on the brain in that one because I was reading Batman up on here for the Batman mashup with Superman. So everybody, what is your favourite Star Wars movie? To be honest, I would like to say I think I preferred what got me into it was the Mandalorian TV show. And I started to watch that with Jay. How I got into Star Wars originally was doing the walkthrough attraction at Legoland Windsor. And I actually did that before I saw any of the films, and this is way back when. And then I think I saw like the original trilogy on Blu-ray years ago. I think I did. I can't, to be honest. I probably didn't, to be honest. I want to say I did, but I don't think I did. Then Jay said that there's this amazing thing on Disney Plus, and it was called The Mandalorian. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. Started to watch that, and that was just incredible. And then we rewatched the Star Wars trilogy together in the order it came out, not in the order that it was done, because obviously it makes it far too complicated with that, because there's too many spoilers if you watch it in different ways. So I would imagine it's got to be one of the original trilogy, I would imagine. I say it's a Mando TV show over the films, and then one of the original films for me. I would say, but I think for a lot of people, with regards to their favorite film, it will be dependent on when maybe when they get introduced to it, because let's be honest, they haven't had much luck with a solid trilogy. So the last sort of blocks of 3 that they've done, there's been a good one, and then there might have been a really bad one, and then there might have been an okay one. Whereas I think the stronger trilogy of the 3 probably is the original trilogy. But again, that's up for massive discussion with everybody. And you guys and girls can let me know what you think of all of that. I don't know how I started to do that. I put it on too early, but I am building it. I am building it correctly. But I shouldn't have. There we go. I was going to say I shouldn't have attached that bit of what I've just done, because it's going to do exactly what it's just done, I think. Yeah. Whoops. All right, let's go. Phil, good evening to you. How are we? So Phil Jones is from Mr. J's Toy Collection UK's side, and massive avid toy collector. I lurk in the background of Mr. Dan Who's lives all the time, Phil. So good evening to you. So Return of the Jedi for Phil. We then have Return of the Jedi. So much I had ADHD on the video. If I spell it wrong, well, fair enough. So we understand that, sir. Don't worry. So yeah, return. So we've got 2 returns, and I and I answered it from Batman because I thought we were talking about Batman. If you started to watch the VHS too many times, it started to go a little bit weird and wonderful, didn't it? So, yeah. So with regards to obviously what day it is, with regards to the toy industry, are we looking forward to any toy announcements? Obviously, I'm covering the Lego bits and pieces as they start to come out ever so slightly, but are we looking forward to any of anything else? Because I would imagine it's going to be a rather big and expensive day for quite a few of the 6-inch collection, because if Lego have announced what they've released already, it wouldn't surprise me if there's going to be some big announcements coming soon. I wouldn't see. Killian, good grief, how are we? It's like a reunion. So Mr. Killian is back. How are we, sir? Well, welly. We have got Lego King again, watching so much it went wrong. We've got Richbeard, Brick, hey to you. And there's Mando. So how are we? Dan says, I think New Hope is the best. Yeah, there's all sorts, isn't there? There's I think it is one of those where you kind of pick and choose the one that you like the most from basically when I don't know if it's when you got introduced to it, or you kind of you're a bit more biased, I think, with regards to the trilogy stuff, because I'm going back to the Batman stuff, because obviously that's the huge topic of conversation from New York for Lego. I'm going to be saying that it's going to be the Dark Knight trilogy. Some of the people might say the Batman was like the best thing since sliced bread, but I think with that kind of thing, it does make a bit of a difference depending on when all these things come out. If you've noticed, I've kind of ripped all that apart and started it again because I got carried away. I really actually knows, and I basically cocked it up as per normal. But I can salvage it without wasting too much time. We should be good. So, like I said, let me just get this bit of the bag done. I'll catch back up with the chat. We will then have a look-see at the new vehicle, because those vehicles are, I think, at a good price point. But I don't know if people want the cars or they just want to unlock the gaming content. Are we going to be getting loads of other 6-inch DC stuff? It's going to be it's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, let everybody know in that comment section what your favorite Star Wars movie is, and obviously chit chat amongst yourselves as I make an absolute pig's ass of trying to put this together. It's literally the same piece over and over and over again, but if you put one of them in wrong or you miss a bit, like I did, you look like a right dick. So fingers crossed. If I keep doing this wrong, I might cry. Oh, come on, please. There we go. So Killian, without even looking at the chit chat, how's life? How have you been? Last time we spoke was when Killian was putting together his table with his Falcon, and he had all the bits and pieces on display. Hey, he did it. So that's what it was. Nothing exciting. And obviously there's been lots and lots of Star Wars news since then. So we've got a lot of Star Wars stuff that's just been announced. We've got a lot of Batman stuff that's just been announced in the last few hours as well. That's embarrassing. It can't be that hard to get this right, surely. I'm blaming the light is what I'm doing. So that's together. What in the arse is this? What a moron. Right, let's have a look. Let's go back. Let's just pretend I haven't done that wrong for the third time. Let's go up. So, Rich B, Rick, hey, again, good evening. Right, we are down. Right, not too bad, dude. How are you all doing? Yeah, good. You're good. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you're busy. You were extremely busy setting up all sorts of different bits and pieces, which is good. Yeah, but things that save money, doesn't it? I'm building a new Death Star, sir, is what I am attempting to do. Yeah, last time we spoke was that long ago. You were just doing your coffee table, and then you went into the Dark Ages, disappeared, and then I thought, right, I'm going to try and get people out of hiding and do lives again, and just see if people get back involved, and we will see how it works. But I've got this on the wonk. I'm not too sure. On that side, it's a double, it's a single, it's one, it's a single, double, single, that. I just cannot see how that is not the same height. Oh, why? Oh, why? What have I done? Tell you what, honestly, this is now where I would like a slightly better light that wasn't blinding my eye. Hang on. Right, so we have got 2 into that, into a single, into a full length, into a single, into a single, and it's a single, full length. That's it. So that is right on that side. So is it the side that I've just done that's wrong then? Confused. So we've got the L single that, L single that, L single that, L single that. Oh, what an absolute dick of a human being. It was the last piece. I just didn't put the very, very top on. There, it's straight 10 out of 10 for me. I knew it. I said on the first live stream I did of this, I was absolutely flying. And I said there and then, you watch, because every single live stream I do after that, it will just go completely Pete Tong. And it is. It's just stupidity. But never mind. I'll never grow up. I'll never learn. Did it with the Falcon. I warned everybody with the Falcon that, well, Killian was there. That was the days Killian was about. Lego King was about for those Instagram days, putting things in the wrong hole. And then the endless amount of swearing involved, because I couldn't end up getting it out, and then throwing it basically against the wall, was a very dramatic death to that UCS Falcon. But so far, I said it yesterday, and I said it not yesterday, I didn't go live yesterday. I said in the last couple of lives, they haven't used any pieces in this that they haven't needed to. They haven't wasted any pieces that they haven't needed to. And it seems to be I knew it was coming. There we go. See, you're good as building as always. There we go. Killian comes in and I absolutely balls it. Yeah, but yeah, it's all good, sexy fun. But no, we are. This is, to be honest, apart from just the odd balls up, it's been all right. I'm more. It's because I'm so intrigued about the Batman stuff. And that's probably what it is. That's what I'm sticking to. That's what I'm saying. Right. I've got to put the same thing on both sides. That's confusing me again. The idiot that I am. Right, we're nearly there. We're nearly going to be looking at the new Batman stuff again. That's it. The pressure's on. I keep thinking, well, it's longer before we can look at the next car. And we're going to be looking at the Batman car next. And then it'll be Batman versus Superman, which seems to be nobody cares about in the poll. Or they didn't care about in the poll. So I'll be looking out for that again and just seeing if there has been any change whatsoever. Right, so that bit goes on to here. That bit looks like that. So there's some length to that. I want to get involved in this chat, but I can't at the moment. Oh, it's the door. Good grief. Is that all just for... It's still part of the same room. So we've done 5 bags of detail literally for the trash compactor. I would love to know in that diorama trash compactor how many bags you've got. So that's it. So that's the room, the bit at the front where they walk through, and then it curves around and it goes in. This trash compactor is fully working and moving as well. The amount of detail in that is outrageous, but also the weight on that side is not great because there's quite a lot to it. And the other thing that's not great, if I'm going to turn this page and it's the next bag, it's not. That bit definitely needed to go on somewhere, and I'm assuming these bits then, yes they do, go on top, and we are not... we didn't do anything wrong. Happy days. So we get 2 spare pieces for that bag as I eat my Aero. So we've got 2 spare pieces. Thank you for everybody that's liked the video. The likes seem to be going up nicely. So again, people love, the YouTube love the algorithm when people like the video. So massive thank you to everybody. Right, let's get the bits and pieces on the screen. So again, this is all the new Batman stuff. Before we click on that, let's just go by newest. Have they added anything else? No. Hang on. No. So we're there. So we're now going to be looking at the Batman Batmobile. Completely different, obviously, to the other one that just came out. But as I'm stuffing my face with this, let's catch up with everybody. So my sister on her phone is in front. It's probably because you've come off and come back on. So you need to scroll to the end. You're probably not live. So if you skip, because we're an hour and 48 in of me saying this. So it'll be interesting to see where you're at on your phone, because you might be behind what I'm showing off. Top of the range for my building skills, Killian. Top of the range. Yeah, if you're at different bits, it's because you come in differently. You just need to scroll to the end, and then you'll be with it. I say those days were just stress-filled times. Yes, they were. It was fantastic. That Falcon that I want to get again is painful. What a fantastic set that Joker Manor is as well. The colours on that thing are beautiful. I say recently. It was last year. Well, the Joker Manor was last year you built that. Yeah, fair enough. So Mr. Lego King is starting to tuck into the haunted house. Yeah, the Joker Manor is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. What we got? I have that just thing. It's 80 kilo event sort. Brilliant. Yeah, it is. What we got? So what? I think I have that for sale. But no, what set are we talking about? Are you talking about the haunted house, or are you talking about something else? I'm just trying to catch up. I don't know what you two are talking about. You guys carry on. You can fill me in whenever you fill me in. But again, everybody else that is in the chat, don't be afraid to say hello if you're lurking about. So this will really please Mr. J's Toy Collection UK. This poll that we've been doing just for this one has just been going for an hour. I said, do you get the new Batman game or Lego sets? And I've just put game, Batman and Robin, Batman versus Superman, or the new logo. And we're 45% for the new logo. Batman and Robin's 27, the game's 27. Batman versus Superman is still 0. So there we go. So I'm sure Jay is going to be thrilled with that. He'll, yeah, I'm sure he'll get it anyway. Right. So the Batman Batmobile, which is the latest Batman, we are getting Patterson Batman with this one. So it's all the grey with the black boots and everything like that. Item number 76332. It's a much squished version, obviously, of what we saw before. This is coming on the 1st of March 2026. For whatever reason, you can't pre-order this one. You can pre-order the others, which means, and we've learned this, the pre-orders will be coming to, now I've seen this, the pre-orders will be coming to the other toy shops, whereas this will probably be a Lego Store exclusive for a while anyway. So that is the box artwork on it. It'd be interesting to see just how big this actually is. But again, it's a 9+ set, 330 pieces, and it's just the Batman on the front. It is your golden ticket to get it in the game as well if you wanted to. And obviously then I'm assuming you might get the different Batman. It doesn't look like you do, but you have the golden variant as well if you want it. But I still don't know until we find out any more information about it if you can get the downloadable content as an add-on pack to the game, or you have to buy the vehicles, because surely the DLC will be a lot cheaper than this. And again, going by the sign of what everybody seems to be liking, that's not the sign, that's just random news. This thing just here, let me know if you can spot anything else in this, because I've had a good look already. But I am sure, going from left to right, we've got Easter eggs from Poison Ivy. We have got the penguin. We've obviously got the bat. We've got the top hat again from. So that's. Oh, I have to spot something new now. So that's the penguin hat. That's the Riddler hat. So I didn't spot both hats before. So we've got penguin, the Riddler. So penguin. There's the Riddler. There's the Chief's radio. I think that's the repellent for the shark. There's the handcuffs. That is the mallet from Harley Quinn. There's the grappling gun from, obviously, most of the Batman films. We have got the door, obviously, where probably a nod, like I said, to the shadow box and the other bat caves where the main minifigure stands behind. The Batarangs are in there. This has to be an Easter egg of something. And I can't quite figure out what it is at the moment, because they wouldn't have this big piece in there otherwise. So I can't think of what that is. The phone's in there. The phone's on the other side. So we spotted that already. We've got Catwoman's cape. Catwoman's whip, shall we say. And also there's a cat as well. So there's the cat on this one. There looks like that's the Riddler's crowbar. You've got some bits and pieces from Mr. Freeze as well. Does it say actually the Easter eggs that are involved on this? Right, hang on. Display the Batman sign on the stand and mounted or wall using the inbuilt support. The model is decorated with well-known... Yes, I knew it. I should have just read this first. Reposition, including Batarangs, Harley Quinn's hammer. The set comes with gold... Oh, is that it? That's all they're going to tell us. Well, they could have given us all of the... We could have played I Spy with all of this. Right, I'm going to have to get Jay involved in that, and we're going to have to go through everything. It's not going to take us too long to spot them all. Sure, if the iconic piece of Batman room decor can be placed sturdy on the wall mounted. So they're just literally saying, again, Batarangs and Harley Quinn. There's obviously all the other little bits and pieces. More Lego DC sets inspire. Yeah, okay. That's a bit boring. But yeah, if you can spot anything else on this, get in that comment section right now and list the different bits and pieces you can see. Killian, it's good to see you, sir. You take care. I'm about a lot more on here now, so you look after yourself. And he has the Joker Manor for sale. So if you hunt Killian down on Instagram, you got the Joker Manor plus loads of other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, the minifigures on the aftermarket for that do go for quite a lot of money. But anybody else that is lurking, don't be afraid. What can you see in this as I carry on getting a nice drink, because I am rather thirsty. We are 2 hours in, so we're now at the point of where I would have started. I really need to pull my finger out and get more of this done. So yes, we need to pick up the pace ever so slightly. The other thing I need to do is I also need to let my cats in, which is going to be fun because they're currently outside. I know it's getting a little bit colder. So what I'm going to do is I'll keep my face on this. I'm going to zoom in on here like so. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes just to write down the bits and pieces you can see. And then I'm going to run back up and we're going to start the next bag. So I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Right, just like that, I am back. I've just run all the way downstairs to let them in. Do they want to come in? Of course they don't. They don't care whatsoever. Right, so let me know what you think of the Batman logo, and it is now time to get back 21. Right, okay. So we need 21, 22, and bag number 23. Okay. So what we'll do, carry on playing the same game. We'll go back to the next vehicle, which will be the Batman versus Superman, once we've done bag number 21. So again, lots and lots of bits and pieces. I need to go back onto the Instagram page to see if there's any more news, but this shouldn't take too long because we're looking at big pieces again, which is great. So it looks like we've got some brighter colours, which means they should be easier to find because clearly they're going to be hidden. Really nice aquas. Got some Lego Technic pins in there, which never seems to bode very well for me whatsoever. But, you know, it is what it is. Right, okay. Right, we are tucking into this and we are away. So I have to go back down in an hour's time to try and get the cats back in because they had their dinner before, wanted to go out. And normally they wanted to come back in around this time. But it seems to be getting warmer out there. It's been quite a cold day in the UK today, so it seems to be a little bit warmer now. So that's always a bonus. No, I haven't checked that. What are we doing? No, still at 0%, Jane. Sorry, you're not gonna like that. It's still at 0. But again, everybody that's liked the video, thank you very much indeed. Don't be afraid to write in the comment section when the video finishes or while it's live. Just write a comment in there. Let me know what your favorite thing about the New York Comic Con has been with regards to obviously any of the announcements. I don't know what any of the other announcements are because, well, I haven't got anybody on the ground Lego related over there, which kind of means I do want to be there for all of the different shows and things like that, but can't be everywhere. Can't afford to be everywhere either. So it is life. So see, just random times they add bright bits in. So you've got a bright yellow bit. that makes life a little bit easier just to find and then plonk all the bits and pieces down. So this bit is definitely going together a little bit quicker, which is good. So it means we'll get back onto the next car that little bit faster. Unless I've messed this up again, obviously, and then that's not going to happen, but we should be all right. We should be all right, he says. So what we got? We need two of them, another one of these, that one of them, and then yeah, we've gone back into the much bigger, bigger bit. So I'm still a bit confused to why we got a whole booklet and we don't go anywhere. So I wonder if this just gets more and more detailed and the pieces on this will start to get a little bit smaller. But for now, it does allow us to do what we're doing and keep the pace on here, because like I said, I am intrigued, and the more I build it, the more I think, oh, will it fit on that shelf up here? And it's not going to be until it starts curving back in on itself, so we'll be about 3/4 of the way through the build, will we actually know if we're all right. Because if it does fit up there, it then means we can move the 8080 and the other little bits and pieces. If not, then, well, obviously it's not ideal, because it then potentially will have to be rehomed, which will have a knock-on effect of rehoming quite a few other little bits and pieces. But here is where they add in all these really bright teal bits and bobs. And then we've got some sort of tan, another teal. We'll go into the jet black. And I'm assuming this will all be covered and it'll all be hidden. And they're just very kindly breaking it up from the relentless dull grey. I know there's some people that is a fan of their grey, but when you are literally just building grey continuously, it does get a little bit on the painful side. So I do appreciate it when they add in the really nice, bright, vibrant colours. But I am trying to put my head together of what this bit is supposed to be, because these are chunks. So we've got some rather big chunky monkey bits going in on both sides. Is this the back? Oh, it's not. Oh, is it? It's not going to be the sticker, is it? We've got a big. I know we've got the big back wall of space, but I thought, well, maybe that is the next bit. I don't know. Like I said, it shows in the instruction booklet and it highlights what the bits and pieces are, but sort of just keep your head down and just keep plodding on with those kind of things. But right, we're there at the moment. That is step 556, page 97 on booklet number 2. Right, first, I think this is going to be our first Technic on Technic bit. So that bit's going across the back. We've used a couple of these pieces just for structural support, but we've not put any of the Technic pin holes in, really. So I think we might be getting close to adding the first bit of Technic. Like they said that there is hardly anything involved. And apparently the Technic stuff isn't included in the framework. So if I do balls this up, potentially it won't be horrendously painful. But we will see as we go, because I do like how they layer all those bits and pieces on. Now, is this the back, or is this more of the side, and it's just going to carry on doing bits? Because we've got a mix of massive bits going on and smaller bits and pieces going in as well. And when I say they're using like random elements on certain bits, there's a roller skate here. So obviously anybody that's got minifigures with the roller skates and stuff on, they've used a few elements of those. Nothing as crazy as obviously the new Batman set that's just been announced. And it was quite interesting when the question was asked with regards to everybody's favourite Star Wars film. The first 3 responses were all the same film. So, like I said, I got involved with Mando, but originally saw it through the Star Wars walkthrough attraction at Windsor. And at the end of that attraction was this. And it was the Falcon that stuck out, and this of the 2 big models. And then obviously the other bit that stuck out was the cantina. So the big main 3 sets, like the Lego sets for me, are the Death Star, the Falcon, and the cantina. And I had the Falcon, threw it against the wall, and then got rid of it because it was so bad to put together. Kind of regret that decision now. So we'll see what the future holds for that one, because we were talking about it the other day. What will they do to ever make that Falcon better? Like, will they make another one like that? If they do, would it be around for years and years and years to come like this one? This must be one of the longest length Lego sets they've had out. It must be, because of the longevity of that Falcon is just ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. I do not know what it is they're going to be doing, because of course I have nothing to do with the designs whatsoever. Oh, here we go. Technic into Technic. We're slotting things into other holes now. This is going to get emotional quickly, because if you put this in the wrong bit, it is an absolute swine to try and get it back out again. And I mean, it is painful. And that was not a good start, because both of those pieces are in the wrong way. Right, there we go. So what is this going to be connecting to? Because it can only go one place. It's got to go up in here. No, we're still adding more length. If these are getting ready for stickers, I might give up now. I do not want these to be stickers at all, because they're big, and I don't feel that I am mentally prepared for the importance of what these stickers could bring. Right. We will see. Right, we've got a bendy flap. It's not going where I thought it was going to go. They've just done that. So that Technic bit, the holes, because it's just a long piece, there's no pins going in there at all. So it's not connecting, because we got more Lego going to more Lego. So those blue bits that I said were nice and easy to find, and now connecting to the tan bits. You know full well that if I push too hard, that's the clip. There we go. I'm going to break it, but I didn't. So we are looking at one of those, and another one of those. And it's now going to connect and be done. Why have they given... Honestly, I am paranoid with certain bits, because I know full well that they shouldn't be spare. And the fact that you get given any spare whatsoever because of how many bits they did. But this blue bit, I don't even recognise seeing. That's not very good. I didn't use the blue. No, I did. It's in there. They gave me an extra spare blue bit for no reason at all. Because I can see the blue bit in there. So they've given me a random blue cheese wedge. and a random one of these. I'm not too sure why, unless they think that that is going to fall off, but it shouldn't do. Right, okay. So we have got 4 or 5 spare pieces on that one. So our spare piece count is slowly starting to come up, where it was looking like nothing when we first started. Right, so straight back over to the Lego website. We are going to be tucking in to Jay's. So Mr. J Toys Collection UK, Batman vs Superman Batmobile for $24.99. He'll want this, he'll want the figure, he'll want Affleck, he'll want everything about this, I would imagine. It's item number 76331, 220 pieces. I can see me getting the game at some point and actually starting a bit of a Lego gaming thing on here sort of once a week. Because, let's be honest, the Batman games are incredible. But I don't know what platform this is going to be on. So that might not be happening because I can't remember what I've got. I think I've got PS3. So I don't think this is going to be on the PS3. I've got PS3. I got given a games console with my mobile phone as a Christmas present in 2019. I don't know what it is. That's embarrassing, isn't it? I don't actually know what it is. I turned it on once and I never ended up using it. Right. So the Batman vs Superman Batmobile, this is what you are getting. He's got like the charcoal grey colour. It's from the Batman vs Superman, obviously, film. Don't get it mixed up with the Justice League because the Justice League vehicle is a completely different colour. This is where he's tearing about and then basically Superman smashes him one. That's why I'm quite surprised that he's not in with this, but you can see that you've got the big sort of chunky rear end on, you've got the little flaps and everything like that, and you've got the bits that move on the side for the engine and things. So it's like obviously it's a similar, I was about to say it's a similar shape to the Tumbler. It's a little bit of a lie, but you know that you could make a motorbike out of it if required. But again, this is the Lego City squished up version, and of course, or you can get all the bits and pieces in gold with the gold variant if you needed to. So obviously, if you are a fan of the film or a fan of everything else, then you're well in for the Lego Batman stuff. Because there's nothing else on there. So we're still at just those. So they haven't snuck anything else onto the website. The gingerbread is still out of stock. We've got a new pen. Some new pajamas have gone on. I've seen that the pirate ship is getting further. It's now into November, so we're the 3rd of November for that. I think that does look very very smart, to be honest. I don't think so. What I'll have to do on the next bag is check Instagram. But I might check Instagram now and just see if anything else has been announced. Right, so there is other toy news coming out. So we've got a lot of Marvel Legends stuff coming out, which is obviously head over to Jay's Toy Collection UK for all of that. Lego wise, because actually that is what I am focusing on. There is nothing. So nothing at the moment for that. So it just seems to be that it's a lot of Batman bits. And apparently the Batmobiles were released and revealed on the Batman Media Day in Billund, Denmark a little while back. So, yeah, that is how that will work. That's how that's all to do with. So, there we go. That's what that is all about. So that is all of our stuff covered with regards to this. So now I can just tuck in and carry on with this because that would be good. Let's see what we can get done now in the next sort of 90 minutes. Because there's going to be no new announcements now. It's all of the other bits and pieces that are coming out. So they've got all the different panels. I'm assuming Lego isn't going to be until, I don't know if it is this weekend. I don't know if there's a panel for the Batmobile, the Batman stuff. I have no idea whatsoever with any of that kind of thing. So we will just tuck in for 90 minutes. Well, I say 90 minutes, it might not be that long. We'll take it up to 3 hour mark. If I can get another 2 bags done, I'll be happy. And then yeah, we'll see where we're at with this. But I think before I get carried away with this, I've got to push this in to this side. I do. So okay. It is. It's the extra curve. Ooh. So this is going in there. Oh no, we've got balls. So we're pushing it in on the. What's the best way of doing the balls? Do you push them in or? Hang on. That's why you got those spare pieces, because that's going to happen. All right, let's get these bits on first. No. Idiot. Putting it upside down, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, we've had a pinger. That's a... Right, that's 2, but something pung. It was that bit. It was that bit. That bit is back on. So that bit's back on. That bit's on. That bit was the bit that pinged off as well. So we're good. We're good on there. Right, happy days. Right, that's it. That's it. So that's going to be the width then. That's got to be 3 base plates. When the other side goes on, it's going to be the whole of the base. So yeah, it's a chunk this is going to be. So I'm assuming bag 22 is going to be the next bit, and it's not. We are building a rather large room next, which means this can be pushed out the way. You guys can see just how big that thing's starting to get. And yeah, we can just crack on and see what's going on. Right, let's tuck into this nicely now then, because lots of big pieces should make this bit anyway, hopefully quite simple to pop in. That bit, and that bit. Right, yes, okay. Fingers crossed now, I should just get my head tucked in to the next few bags until somebody then turns around and goes, no, there's other announcements being made, but I can't see Lego doing that. I cannot see them doing it whatsoever. I mean, they might, but I just can't see them. Can't see them. I don't know anybody that's there. If they, I mean, if you imagine if you went to the one in May in the UK, then went over there and got both of those exclusive minifigures, and then you went to sell them on, how much money you would make back just from your flight? Because selling the pair of them, you're going to get quite a lot of money for the 2, because clearly, if you're only going to be able to get 200 of each, it's a pretty cool thing. So, but at the same time, it's also a bit annoying because everybody's obviously ran to the Lego booth, who are not Lego collectors, and they've just put them straight on eBay. So I think you should be vetted. I think your account should be vetted. You should be seen to have affiliation of Lego sets before you're allowed to get your free thing. Because saying that, it wouldn't make a difference, would it? Because I'm sure the people everybody just sells them. I don't get it. Everybody just sells them. I'm a bit confused to how I saw so many giveaways of this, because I think a lot of people bought this set for parts because it was just 10p a brick. So the giveaway meant nothing to them, and obviously they sold the giveaway and made a little bit more money to it. Which that's a completely different ball game to be in. Right, we're making this up. Any idea what? I'm guessing we've got a moving bit on this, whatever this is going to be or turn out to be or whatever. No idea. Those. those. Right, yeah, we're making headway now, which is great. Yeah, we are. So more than likely, when I go live again, if I can, I might go live again tomorrow, depending on how much of a bug I get for this. If not, it'll definitely be Sunday. Might be a bit longer on the Sunday. I'll start at 4, but I might actually start a little bit earlier. I might start at 3 or 2, and then just do a really long stint on the Sunday and just see what we're doing. Like I said, we're only really 20 minutes into our normal time because I went much earlier because of the Lego Batman news. But now everybody will be announcing the news for everything related to Comic-Con. So we'll just see who jumps in, who jumps about and does what. But we have got, what are these? These are interesting. I'm confused to why we've got a purple, a silver, a blue, and a gold circular single stud going in. Any idea what that is for? Because that's what it is. So what do you think we are doing on there? Right, a lot of tiles going on. That's always good for me. Apart from that one, for some reason, stuck. There we go. So we have got 4 tiles. That'll be 2, 3, 4. We've got a hopper going in. So does that mean we've got some minifigures that are going to be stood up? I still can't get what this bit is, but it does look quite large. So it looks like it's going to be multiple bags. And if the bags go together as quickly as this one, we might, I say might be, hopefully, get, I would like, we're over halfway of booklet number 2. So we're now on step 609, page 115 of the second booklet. But I don't know if, I'm assuming the rest, of it will be obviously, the rest of those bags that are in that box will represent the amount of pieces that are needed to complete this instruction booklet. So I don't know, can I realistically get through the rest of this booklet or not? I have no idea. So we've seen all the Lego bits and pieces. We'll do a bit of a recap towards the end of the video and get, if anybody else new obviously pops in the chat or whatever, but I don't think that will happen for a little while. But I do appreciate people watching the live streams back. I do appreciate everybody that's been subscribing to the channel, because I can see the numbers are going up. I see they go up. We're rolling slowly forwards with everything, which is fantastic. So yeah, we will see. But this is starting to get bigger and bigger. No idea. Which is nice, because if it's obvious, you just start thinking, that's going to be a little bit disappointing. But the fact that there is so... Well, it is. It's just Lego pieces. You are just literally putting Lego bricks together on Lego bricks, and it is just very, 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 very detailed. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. And it looks like this bit is going to have it's going to have a moving bit, which now makes me even more confused, because they seem to be using a lot of these pieces with the grooves that are cut in. So no, it's interesting. Right, that is for there. And the 3 and 4. But again, with regards to anything that's literally by one stud like that, they then pin it together basically straight away with another bit. So then it starts to get a little bit more sturdy. So far, I haven't had anything that is super flimsy yet. I'm sure that might happen. But at the moment, we're all right, because then what they do is they get a big chunky bit like this and literally there, just wedge everything together. And then you don't have to worry about any of the bits sort of pinging off and going completely wrong, because it is a pet hate of mine when some of the much larger pieces are literally only connected by the one stud, and it's just not ideal, is it? It's just not ideal. What is the what are we doing? More votes have come in and there's still nothing for the Batman versus Superman. So game, Batman Robin and the new logo is all close. Batman versus Superman car, nobody cares. Still nobody cares about that. Did people think that film was that bad? I don't think it was that bad. I mean, it's not my, I don't know. I think that'd be a very good discussion, because I think you start asking who's people's favorite Batman is. I mean, the OG Batman was obviously the thing that kicked it all off, and he was fantastic in it. Val Kilmer was Tim, wasn't it? Mr. Tim was the original. That had a very, very, very good casting. Those first two films were great, but Christian Bale was just performance for it. But then you bring Pattinson into the mix now, with the whole debacle of what they're doing at DC, which I have been trying to keep up with it all. Apparently, they are going to make a second. Right, I'm back. Everything crashed. I want to know how long that went for. Hello and good evening to you. Hopefully, that hasn't been going on for ages. That's a slight worry. So you just cut off. Everything just cut off. But hello and good evening to you. So we've been talking about all sorts of different bits and pieces. I've got to get everything back up now. So we were looking at all sorts of stuff. Where are we? Let's get all this back together. So back onto the Lego website. Right, we're back. So let's get all this. There we go. So we've been looking at all of the new bits and pieces from the Lego group. I did wonder why the chat had gone dead for so long. So I am really hoping that wasn't a huge black hole for everybody. So if it was, I am so sorry. Yeah, so now everybody's starting to come back in. So I am so sorry if that was black and dark for a little while. So we were looking at this on the Lego website from all of the pre-orders and things like that. There doesn't seem to be anything available yet for that. But we are now carrying on, obviously, with the build. So we'll just keep going. And I'm going to have to sort of scroll back to that point. I wonder if I'm going to have to edit that bit out, because I turned around and it was just a circle of death. So I hope that is working and I haven't just lost all of this stuff. But I was saying about people's favourite Batman and how Pat Patterson is now probably brought back into the equation. Now they're going to be more than one of them. But it's not going to be part of the sort of current DC stuff, which is just they're going to have it as a standalone thing, a bit like how they used to have 3 standalone Batman films, and it was really easy to follow. And then obviously they decided to merge everything like they always do. But apparently Patterson's going to be kept separate. But I don't know why it's taken them so long to get the next film out. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. I have no idea whatsoever. I'm just intrigued to see what happens over the next few minutes, and if the notifications now get sent back out. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how long it was duffed for. I have no idea. I was in a world of my own, talking to myself. I did wonder why it was getting a little bit quiet in the comments, but I didn't expect it to be. Oh, you're not actually connected. So it said I wasn't connected to the internet. So I'm assuming my internet box has reset itself, which is very, very helpful. And it's gone through one of those full cycles. So it's probably black for a minute or so. So that'd be interesting. But we're back at it. So it is what it is, doesn't it? Yeah, all these things happen when you're live. But if it had cut it off, I've made some good progress on this bag. It has not taken me that long whatsoever to get all these bits and pieces together. So we've had conversations in the comment section of what's people's favourite Batman film, what's people's favourite Star Wars film. And I am now putting that bit together on this. And this is what we're starting to do. So whatever this bit is and where that bit's supposed to go, you can see that we've got another curve coming up on the side. So I'm assuming it's going to be on the right side, but then at the same time it might not be at all. I don't know. I don't know what is going on. I also don't know all these pieces. Ah, there we go. As I said, we've got too many pieces left, but they get attached after you clip it all together. So all we've got spares. I better turn the page now, and it's going to bag 23. All we've got spares one stud of everything, and we are just carrying on. So we're now going to get into bag number 24. We've had a minifigure for a while. We've got R2 just there chilling out, but we haven't had a minifigure for a while. So on step 633, page 126. Right, so we'll tuck into this and see what is happening. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and those pieces are huge. It looks like we've got maybe a lift element that we're going to be making up as well. It's amazing to think there's 6 booklets, and I am just tucking into booklet number 2. I say just tucking in. We are almost 3/4 of the way through now, the third booklet number 2. So this has been successful enough. Obviously, all the excitement for the first couple of hours of checking out all of the Batman bits and pieces, and I will be rechecking it again. I can't imagine Lego staggering the bits and pieces. I would think there might be official images now, or not official, but there'll be images up of all of the sets that are at the con, because there seems to be, what I've just checked on Instagram, all of the actual action figure news, which I guarantee Jay will be covering. So basically, Jay, when you watch this back, he's ignored my voice note, and he's probably set up his own live, and he's cracked on with it. And that's probably what he's done. So yeah, so all the time of me promoting his channel, I just get ignored. See, hurt my feelings. That does. Let's be careful. Nobody cares, do they? So I would imagine that would be loads and loads of stuff coming from. So I think it's the Marvel stuff today, and then the panels are staggered. But I don't think Lego has a panel. So they've obviously just got all these sets for the Batman stuff on show, and yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, because like I said at the very, very start of the stream, I thought all I'd be covering would be like the trailer of the gameplay. Because I've not seen the trailer, so I thought we can go over the trailer and all that kind of thing. But now I can leave that maybe for Sunday, try and get some more information together about any of the sets that are out and about and available, and then we can just see what's going to be going on. But yeah, I don't know. Right, we've got a bit which I think's on the side, but we've also got something that's clipping out, which is interesting, because I know on the back it's not the prettiest thing on the back. I understand it's not the most prettiest set, but it is supposed to be as flush to the wall as the stand will allow. One thing I do appreciate, because I did panic until I figured it out, that the back feet, where it stops it obviously from falling over, is perfectly in line with anything else that sticks out, which means the curvature window that goes up much, much higher won't get scratched when you push it against the wall or your brickwork or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about basically all I've got to worry about is dropping bits. But you don't have to worry about the glass that you get given in the first box getting wrecked against the window. Because if you remember, and again, this is keeping it in topic with the Batman stuff, when the Batman car came out, the big Batmobile, actually, or was it the wing? Might have been the bat wing. Everybody's screens were getting scratched, weren't they? All of those sort of like the bigger elements, because they weren't sort of packed. I say weren't packed well. I guess it was their first time of attempting that kind of thing to pack. And now, obviously, they're all packed separately. But at least with this, it's all done differently, which is good, and you don't have to worry about pushing it against the wall and then making an absolute meal of everything, and then just thinking, oh no, it's not gone well. But at least all of these aren't stickers; these are all prints, which is great, because that would have been a right royal pain. Any other news on Instagram? No news on the gram. So I think Lego's just surprised everybody just before it all kicked off. I'm assuming they would have released the images about an hour before they opened. Yeah, I'm guessing so. I'm trying to think of the time difference over there. So yeah, pretty cool with all of that kind of thing. Right. The more I build what I'm building now, I still can't quite figure out what bit it is. But these pieces are getting bigger and bigger. I've got some of these big window bits going in. So yeah, we'll see. But I think we've got the two bits that go over at the top. You say this all the time. You know it starts getting a little bit serious when you've just got one page that puts the two bits on. So you know full well that you get that in the wrong place, it's just going to affect anything and everything else that you do. Whereas the page beside it, then all of a sudden has, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits. So I'm not too sure why they thought that would have been quite difficult to do, but never mind. So what we're on, page 138, step 647. And the pace is definitely much, much quicker because these pieces are so much bigger. It just means you can fly through. That was clever. So the bit that I wanted, how it all suddenly all interlocks together. This is obviously stuff that you don't. I'll show you. So, like that bit, you've got the bit that sticks out and it wraps around, and all of a sudden it literally wraps straight around another piece, and then it pins the next bit down, so you don't have to worry as much. And then you've got another bit, which is a chunk, and that bit then pins the next bit down. You've got the next bit, and then that pins everything on top, and it all overlaps. so you could like pick it up from just that one bit, look, and it's not gonna fall apart, which is great. Whereas I have said many a time now that there's been other sets that if you basically blow on them, they fall apart, which sucks. So we don't like that kind of thing. Right, so we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. That's what that bit looks like, just there. Still going nice and strong. I'm now into bag number 24. So I'll put those spare bits away from the bag previous. We're getting on with the pole. Right, so I'm now connected back to the chat. That's a slight worry. What has been going on? Yeah, it's still 0 for Batman versus Superman. The votes are still going up as well, which is great. So obviously, for whatever reason, I can't see people coming in and out. But every time I check the poll bit, the poll numbers are going up nicely. So we've had lots of people vote in today, which is always nice. Bag 24, 25, and 26. I'm assuming. Wow, that 26 is a beast. I'm assuming these 3 bags, because it's the end of that first box, is going to be the end of this first booklet, I think. So, yeah, we might be able to get this booklet done this evening. I don't think it's going to need the full 4, but let's see what we can do in the next sort of hour or so, because we're getting. I just started like 10 minutes late, didn't I? So we're getting close to 7. So what I'll do is I will do this bag, run back down, and bribe the cats, because obviously they'll be out and about still. They have been fed, but they wanted to be out in the sunset rather than up here with me. So Sodom, and then we can carry on with the last, with another bag after that, if not another 2. And just keep plodding on. But like I said, it's definitely got a bit for the lift. I can see that. I can see the twizzly bit. So that's not. At least I can put that together. Lots of. Oh, it seems to be putting the top onto all of this. I don't know if anything's going to sit on top of this or not. We will see. Yeah, going from that one up into that one. Another one there. So yeah, the green bits do help massively. As you can see, that's quite a lot of pieces that have just been thrown on, and all of a sudden we've got huge bits like that. Yeah, we're now putting lots and lots of pieces are being launched down. So I think these 2 start bag 24 is probably the most pieces per page at the moment. So because the bag sizes are very, very good, you can find those bits quite quick, and then you can just carry on. Those 2 that sit on top of this. Looks like we've got multiple rooms in the process of being built. This must be, I say it must be the next bit that goes on top here. I thought it went all the way across, but maybe not. Maybe not. We'll figure it out as we go. But there's a Technic bit going in there. This bit looks familiar. That piece we've used once or twice already. So this is definitely part of the lift. And then we've got that bit and another 2 with that bit. And that. So that's the top, and then all of a sudden we start putting that bit in with the length of the shaft, another long length with that bit on the side. Don't quite. Yeah, and now we're adding the twizzle bit in. So that's the chunky bit for that, with the red bit that goes up at the top, and you've got like the little collar that locks it all into place. Yellow bit goes in, and then that's what that starts to look like. And then you rebuild the bit at the top, and it just keeps it all in. So this does then have a working elevator that is going to go up multiple levels. I did say this the other day that it worked well with the Harry Potter, so it'll be interesting to see how well it works with all the other little bits and pieces as well. Now, I think the glitch has killed the chat, so I am so sorry, because it was going so well up until that point, and I can't obviously reset anything, so we'll just have to see what it does on the replay, and I just hope that it's all right. So that bit is at the end. You guys can go see where that's going. So this is here. So yeah, this bit must be on top, because that's obviously the lift room. So that's the next bit where that's going to be going. So yeah, we've got to have those bits and pieces in. Now we've got the big chunky bits that are now connecting all of this together, and it's just adding that little bit of support, because that is quite flimsy. There we go. And all of a sudden that bit goes on, and that makes it sturdy. And again, randomly it's just one piece, and then we've got all the other bits and pieces coming straight back in. So what's that? Step 666 is just 2 pieces, and then step 667 is quite a few. So yeah, it makes a just different, isn't it, depending on what bit it is for what area. We are nope. There we go. All right. Happy days. All right, those 2 in that bit. So that single bit goes there. That double bit goes on that bit. Over we go, and we carry on. So we've got a good mix of smaller and bigger bits, but again, with all like the doorways, they've added in all like the different the arches. No, that's the wrong bit. The angles. There we go. Or like the angle of the roof, and all the different bits and pieces, because there's no actual door, is there? So there's just all like the tunnels and the bits and pieces they're doing on that, and it just works. It seems to be working really well. Right, I can see the numbers changing again for the first time in ages on the bit at the top. So hopefully it's trying to kickstart itself again, because I can't believe I got kicked off to come back on. And yeah, I don't know how badly that affected everything, which was a shame. Right, we've got the old aerials always make me wonder what these bits and pieces are. And obviously the Octan hidden Easter egg at the very, very start of this build is buried and never to be seen, because you can't see where it is. It was just there for structural support, but they just added those colours that were the Octan. So there are a couple of sort of silly little bits and pieces that you've added in. So if you sort of you know what those kind of bits and pieces are, which is obviously always quite nice to see. So I'm only saying that because we seem to be adding some more brighter coloured bits. Right there, and that's where they will go. So we've got green one up top, red one underneath, and that is going on the inside just there. So it's going in a place where you've got to look for it. So that's where that, you can't even see it. That's where it's going there. So yeah, it's a lot of detail, but we are well over halfway through the second half of this booklet. So over 3/4 of the way. and it's we're sort of steamrolling it a little bit now. We've got gone through quite a few bags on this bit since we got through all the Batman news and had a look at that and had a look at all the bits and pieces on there. You can get into a bit of a rhythm. It makes a big difference. So we've just built that bit, and now it's going straight behind a wall. So no idea what that thing's supposed to be. It's got some sort of lever that's on it. So I'm sure you guys and girls will know a lot more than me when it comes to that kind of thing. Another one on there. That one, and yeah, lots and lots of tiles. So this is definitely the top of this layer. It's very similar to how you do all the modular bits and pieces, but this is just making everything that had the sort of overlay of pieces. It's just sort of tightening everything up. It's just making it that little bit more sturdy. But it's now getting, so again, it's just because of my lighting, getting quite hard to see because it's lots of bits and pieces sticking out in the back of this, and obviously it's black on black. So when you start adding in the different minifigures, those minifigures should pop quite nicely. But no, we're down here now, so we've got a couple of grey bits to add, and then so yeah, another big piece. So yeah, it's just seems to be, that's obviously the shaft to the lift, and then we have got all sorts of bits and pieces that are going in. So if you have seen anybody else build this, let me know what your favourite bit is. Like I said, I am slightly concerned that I'm going to end this stream and it's just not going to do anything. I just don't think it's going to go anywhere. Like, you know, when you have that sort of bad feeling of it was going too well and then all of a sudden it goes a bit Pete Tong. I think we've had our sort of technical glitch moment. So we'll see if it can recoup itself. Remember the old days on Instagram when something went wrong, you just knew. You might have just ended the stream and just not worry about it for the rest of the weekend. But that's another 3 pieces on, and then we've got some more chunky bits up top. So that's another three bits up there. So like I said, this is obviously a new LEGO live stream series with regards to this, and it will settle down with regards to the amount of lives, with regards to time that I have. The next live build will be after this, a Ninjago set, depending on how long this takes me to build, because I have got the Ninjago set behind me. Or what it might be, depending on when this is finished, would be the Bricklink set, because I've got the pirate set, which will potentially, I don't know if that'll be here in time before I finish this. So I thought this was going to take, this is going to take me forever, I know. But we're kind of cooking through this. But we're now adding another sticker. So sticker number 13 is what we are adding. So where are we? Up there, sticker 13. Got to make sure that these go on correctly because we've got 2 13s, 2 12s, 2 14s, and the sticker is only meant to go on one way as well. So we'll see. We'll see what this does. And we can plonk that on. Gone on like a dream. There we go. Happy days. So that's on. That's the bit for the lift, which I messed up really badly last time. So let's hope I don't do the same thing again, because it actually sits like that. There we go. And then it's a open slidey door. I made the mistake last time of trying to make it too complicated, and it didn't work. We need to add on this. Nope, incorrect. The bit that I've got right now, it's got to be added on somewhere. So where is it? On the back of the door. That's where it goes. It goes just here on the back of the door. Yeah, it just keeps it tight. So it just gives you that little bit more privacy in there. And I'm assuming this one, that one has been added on. So we've got a spare, again, random spare bits they're giving you now. They've gone from not giving you anything just to random odds and sod. Right, so we're at 7. So I said I'm going to go and get the cats and try and get them in. So I'm going to wrestle them for the next 2 minutes or so. And it'll allow me to grab a glass of water. So what I'll do is, for those people that are in the background, let me know, or just have a look at all of the Easter eggs, again, that you can spot on this. So I'll make that nice and big for everybody. If I do that, and then you guys and girls should be able to see if I do this. What can you see on that from all of the other Batman movies? I will be back in a second, and I will try and get Smudge and Pumpkin in. Then I will need to grab maybe another bag of Lego, and we can carry on for another half hour, 40 minutes. Right, they are in. They were waiting by the door, and they are now stuffing their faces, and I can breathe and relax. And now I can carry on, because that's been on the back of my mind, thinking, when can I actually get them in? Okay, I did have to run down the garden for one of them, though. One of them gave chase. Bag 25. So I think we've got enough time. I think we can do 25 and 26. And when I say I ran down the garden to get her. She was just sat there like, come and get me. Right, is there anything? What's going on? Have they said anything else? No. Let me just check Instagram to see if there's anything. There is anything else news-wise, but I don't think there is. See, Mr. Lego King's just put up his post of the small CMF F1 cars. It's got three of those. They look good. No. Nope, just seems to be everybody, every man and their dog is going live tonight with regards to toy news. The Batman stuff is everywhere, but it just seems to be Batman. It's just official for next March. Nothing else. No, that's it. There doesn't seem to be anything else at all. So that is it. We don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. We can just carry on with the builds. And obviously, if if I hear anything else, we'll now carry on with that on Sunday, because it doesn't seem to be that there is any more of these at all. Obviously, there's 3 announcements, isn't there? And then the 4th one. I don't know. I'm assuming the Batmobile came out today and it's part of the 4, but you've actually got 3 that are available for pre-order, and then you've got the Batmobile, but you've got the George Clooney, you've got Pattinson Batman, and then you have got the Affleck Batman, and then you've got the older. I'm assuming that is from 89 or 92. I think it's 89. So we'll stick with that, and we'll carry on now then with the rest of the Star Wars stuff. So bag number 25, find that page. Here we are. Oh, it's asking. Oh dear, it's asking for. You know that bag that I got given right at the start, and I put to the one side and it didn't want to get squished. It's asking for a part from that. Where is that bag? Because I put that somewhere, you know, in that really safe place you put stuff. Oh, there it is. Here. Put it under the sticker sheet. The sticker sheet's that big. So you get a bag of stuff. And it's taken us 25 bags, but they now want something out of that bag of stuff. So, and they want 4 of them. I hope that's not for stickers. It might be. Oh no, is it gonna start getting sticker heavy? So bag 25, there's 3 bits. Now this bit, oh hang on. I've done the same thing again. I've got to connect this. Right, so we are getting wider and taller. So this is, is that the prison? Is that the prison bit or not? Or is it the prison bit, the bit above it? So that sits like that, I do believe. So we are going very, very heavy on the one side before we go on the other. It might be a good idea if I stand up, to be honest. We're now at the point of where I am going to have to stand up. Now, it may look really ugly on the back, but it's helpful that the lift is all in the same sort of pattern, because it means I can line up the studs without thinking about it too much, and then everything else can just be like that, pushed down. So that is what it looks like from the side. What it looks like from the back. Yes, I know. So if that is the aggressiveness of the curve coming in at the top, it might be, oh God, eyeballing that, it might be the same angle as my roof. And if it is the same angle, it might fit in the middle of that wall. But what do we think would look better? Would the Death Star look better up there, or the AT-AT? You know what I'm talking about? I know you can't really see it because you're on the laptop, but it's up here. We've got the AT-AT up there on the shelf. But I don't know if this Death Star will fit there. I'm not sure. But it's definitely got a lot of weight just for what we've done so far. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, with regards to the poll, because people are still tucking into that, lots of votes coming in, and it's still 0% for Batman versus Superman, but the game is getting closer to the new logo. We're now at 36-43. So it's going to be Batman and Robin. I'm surprised is beating Batman and Superman, but you know, it is what it is with that. So yeah, we will see. So we are starting bag number 25, which is on page 170, and it's step 692 on page 171. But what we've got is these two smaller bags. So I think I'm going to be able to get both of these bags done and then see where we're at for timing, and then probably just wrap it up. So we're going to be in a new booklet. I've got to get all the bits and pieces out so I can set all that kind of stuff up. Maybe go back over the Batman stuff again for the last time if anybody else jumps in. Still slightly concerned that I'm just randomly talking to myself. So I don't know how it reacts to being booted out, having no connection and coming back in again. But this bit here is what we're doing. So I'm now having to build. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Am I going to have to build on the set? Yes, it looks like I am. So this is going to get a little bit fruity now because that is going to go there. All right, it's got a little bit darker. I know. Hang on. I wonder if I can just. I turn that up. That's a little bit. That's a little bit better. It doesn't matter for me, but it's just you because we're now blocking off that light. So I can see everything. I can see this nicely, so we can just carry on. So we've got that one going there, another one going just here. So that's going up nice. And then we are tucking into the next bit. Oh, wash, like obviously, I can't ask those questions now to all the people that were there originally. But if you are watching this bit on the replay, to anybody that was involved in the chat early on before it all went wrong, if you are watching this back, what's your thoughts to the Bricklink with regards to the progress bar being taken away? Because that was obviously a really cool sort of guide to look at, and now it's gone. So how do you feel about basically being guaranteed the set to a degree? Because it still says on there, or until it goes, which I don't think now it matters. So would you just like to know the numbers of them? Is it going to make people wanting to get multiple to sell them less attractive? Because obviously now people won't, profiteer as much from it. I don't know with that kind of thing. I was quite surprised to see that the bar was there until it funded, and then obviously they just updated everything and it disappeared, which was sort of a weird and wonderful random kind of thing. So yeah, it's an interesting thought, because I liked checking it, and then it kind of gave you the thing of, oh well, it's already at 10,000 or it's getting close to 30,000. I might want to get it now and pull the trigger. Whereas now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I've got a whole week to decide, or if I'm now going to go onto the website one day and it's just going to be not there. Right, we are now. So that's what I've just done, is that outer edge bit. But it looks like I'm now building something separate. So can I move this? Yeah, I can. Move this out the way. I know what I'll do is I'll turn that light back down because it's so bright. There we go. And move it out your eyes so you can't see it as much. And it's not as, there we go, it's not as bad. It's on me a little bit more. I probably need to turn it down a smidge, probably. Because that is bright as anything. I turn that all the way up. This is a very, very big light. But because that thing is so bright, it's difficult to see anything. But that, I think, that's turned right down. It's okay. But with it being just like that, can see the pieces perfectly, which makes a change. Right, we've got one of them, another one of them. So this looks like we're just building, we're mirroring the curve on the other side, which means the curve's actually out here. So we're going to be, what's that, 8-10 studs over, which now is going to cause a problem because the light is actually in the way, or the Harry Potter thing's in the way. So I think we're getting to our maximum girth. I think we're about to hit 3 base plates wide. And then it'd be interesting to see how many levels at 3 base plates we are before it then drops back down, because I don't know what is going on. But I can hear my cats having a discussion. Oi. Come on. Come on, Pumpkin. Come on. They're running around and playing and clearly bored is what they are. So she can come up and show her face. There she comes. Hello, come on. Explore up here. You've got big enough room to run around in. I made you enough cat beds up here. Spoil. Spoil. Right, so we are on that bit there. Yeah, you can hear her now. When I say she's going to explore, she's just going to jump underneath that table and make a right mess of everything. Yeah, you are. Tell you what I haven't had. This. I have not had any. Where we go? Right, that bright yellow piece is back. So yeah, this is just a mirror of the bit that we did on the other side. So this is going to get quite interesting when this gets clipped on, because this will take us to our full 3 base plates in width. And then I can kind of eyeball what it's going to look like if it goes up there. I want it up there, but I don't think it's going to fit. And then I've got to kind of make that decision of what other options we have. Is it going to work or not? So, yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. But we just have to keep going. This book feels like it's getting quite thin, considering there's supposed to be one more bag left. I'm hoping that the bag 26 is obviously this booklet, because it's 2 booklets per box. And obviously this is booklet number 2. Now we're adding in quite a lot of just mixed bits now. You've got the smaller bits mixed in with the bigger bits. Like I said, it's so much quicker when it is those big bits, but the small bits don't mind whatsoever. It's a red to be added in. Just different. Like I said before when I was doing it the other side, it's quite nice just to have different colour usages, so you're not going completely grey blind. I have heard that the Colosseum was worse to build than the Eiffel Tower, which I was quite surprised about, to be honest, because I've done the Eiffel Tower. The Colosseum, and I didn't find that as bad. Well, I say I didn't find it as bad. I've not done the Eiffel Tower, but I didn't think it would be as bad as the Eiffel Tower. Not at all, but clearly they're saying because it was just all one colour, even though the whole first booklet was the base and it was all bright colours, people said it was really repetitive and rubbish. Got voted number 1. So I would have thought one of the older Star Wars sets would have done, because that was just solid grey. What are you doing, Pumpkin? That's her tucking into some of the minifigures that I bagged up. That's what that noise is. So she's parked. No, if I say she's parking herself down, then she's not. He's still moving. If you remember when she was a kitten, she used to just jump up and say hello. She will come and say hi. She's probably just annoyed that I got her in. She probably wanted to stay outside a little bit longer, but tough. Right, all of these 2 3s. Another long length. Bit on top. Happy and I don't say happy in days. It will be once I add that bit on. Are we going to be level on this one? Yes, we are. Fantastic. Right, single stud that goes at the back. Yeah. Right, got these big chunky bits. So again, this is how you get sort of like a really dramatic curve, because obviously they overlay each other all by one stud. And then we add in the two, well, we add at least one of them, don't we? We add in one of the curvature bits. We add in another slope. Another one of them. And then all of a sudden it starts to look like that. And it gets, yeah, and then there's another one. So, yeah, that's how they make the, that's overlapped 4 times. So you can't go wrong with that. So it looks great. We got, actually overlapped 5 times because you're adding another one on right at the top. Yeah. It's going to be massive. This thing is going to it's getting wider and wider and wider. And then we've got the bits underneath at the bottom, like so. And then we are, I think, what we got on that bit? Let me check Instagram. Nothing popped up. Nothing. Two. Hang on. Oh. We're in those bits now. We are in those bits. Good evening. Good name as well. Good evening. We've got a Matt and a Matt. Mate, it's good to see Killian again. I haven't spoken to Killian for a long time. So in here, we've got the 2 bits that they're asking. Actually, get to look at the plaque for the first time. So it's a nice print on that. Not too bad. Yeah, be interesting to see when that all gets built up, what that looks like. But I think it's these. All of these are going together. Yes, and there's some more yellow bits. That bit goes across. So this bit this side's different because we didn't use these bits on the other side. So we have got slight differences then. I have to turn that up a little bit. We have got slight differences because that's better. Yeah, we didn't tuck into that other bag. I wonder. Well, it's obviously going to be symmetrical. It's exactly the same both sides. But I just wonder what this is going to lead to, because we knew we soon figured out what the other one did, because we had that bit on top. But this seems to be, rather than carrying on with that room on the one side, we seem to be coming low. So I'm assuming bag 26 is going to be going on top of what this is, and it's just going to carry on with that bit, which is nice. But again, good evening to everybody that is in the chat. I do apologise with regards to what happened before, because it all went dead, which is not exactly ideal. So I'm hoping that, obviously, now I can see the numbers moving again. I think we're all right. So there's a bit of a lull, but we seem to be okay now, which is nice. So we've got more of these pieces back. Yeah, they swallow all of those. Then we come back in. Hang on. Now this one, again, this one's built differently to the. This is odd. This one's completely different. Interesting. Because obviously this is the bit that connects to it. We haven't got the long Technic piece that goes across on this one. So we've got the ram it in the hole. So we put it into its doodah. So that's what that bit starts starts to look like. And then on the we attach that. This is a bit that I can't do. That bit to that bit on the blue. Oh, you hit me square in the face. That was very nice. Yeah, my eye out. I don't even know what bit that was. What was that? I need instant replay on that. I just got smashed clean in the face by whatever. I can't see what's missing, which is a slight concern. Definitely felt it though. Well, there is a bit. Oh, it's the no. And it's a bit that I won't have spare in my hat, and it won't give you a spare one of them either. Oh dear. That could have gone anywhere. I'm going to hit me on the nose. I don't know what way that's gone. Well, it was going smoothly up until now. Because the style of piece, I would imagine, is going to be important for later. Now, I have tidied up this floor quite a lot, but it's pinged off. Where would it have gone? I don't know if I need to watch that back and see if it caught it on camera. I don't know. I don't know what the best thing is to do now. Because I won't have. Will I have? I might have. I might have one of those. I might have a spare piece there actually. There's only one. Well, so first for everything, getting twonked in the face by a piece. I think I've added that to my bingo card now. Right, so I need a very specific bit. And I do not particularly want to pour all of these out on the floor to find that one bit. Oh, come on, it's got to be somewhere. It couldn't have travelled. Oh, it probably did travel really far. It'd be quick enough, but I honestly don't know. Honestly, do not know. I am looking. I'm also seeing if I can salvage it from another set. I don't think I can. Oh, hang on. Oh, is that a result? Is that the bit I need? Oh, that's a tease. It's the bit I need, but it's the wrong way around. I need the bit going the other way. Oh, oh no. Oh. Would be too easy, that, wouldn't it? So I need this exact piece inverted. Maybe I don't have it then. Because I know I've got plenty of these bits that go over. But I don't know if I've got the inverted bit. And I can't really carry on without it. I am potentially going to have to pour those bits out because they definitely haven't given you a spare one in the back. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that has happened. I mean, I can, because it's me. But there is absolutely zero chance, because they've given you hardly any spare pieces, that they would have thought that one of the pieces would have pung off and hit you in the face when you were clipping that back together. It did. It does. So just be careful when you do it. Oh, no. What would I have that bit on? Anything that holds tiles up. I can't take off the Star Wars stuff. Think. I've got enough Lego sets around here to salvage one of those bits. I've got to. And I've got to have it in the same colour as well. Honestly, I've got so many individual random spare bits in the top of that Lego here. I must have one in there. Oh, this is so stupid. I mean, it's comical, but stupid. I've got one on this wing. No, I've got a dog with a paired up, not individual. No. Right. Okay. I will have to pour these bits. I need that inverted. That's all it is. Just that piece inverted. Now, it's in this room somewhere. I have no idea if it went left, if it went right, where it's gone. Oh, that is so annoying. Right. I've got to pick all these back up. No. Oh, there's so many bits in here. Got Homer Simpson's spare donut in here. Everybody needs a spare donut. There's a shield. Oh, the smaller bits are going to be at the bottom, aren't they? What an absolute pleb of a human being I am. These are not blind. It could have been worse. Oh, it's such a simple piece as well. Oh, I've got so many bits on the floor now. And if I can't find one in here, I am stuffed. Because this is my box of just stuff. Well, I was not expecting to do this live. Not at the bottom. Got to on the floor then. You've got to have one. We've got to have one. At what point do I start to lose hope? Do I start losing hope now? Because it is honestly not looking very positive. Nope, no, now I've poured all of that out. And we've got so many. I've even got the Sonic the Hedgehog tile here. But no, that is not the bit I need. How has this happened? I'm going to have to get it up on my phone. I'm going to have to get this stream up on my phone, go back a couple of minutes from now, and see where that bit went. If I can see where it went. Let's see if I can get it up. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, I can do it. It's fine. Right, we've got it up. Let's just go back. Meet my arrow at the moment. Now, this is highly entertaining. What am I saying? No. Oh no. Yes. This is ridiculous. Oh, what a stupid moron. I've got to have that piece somewhere as well. It hit me in the face so quickly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see on this replay of where it went. Oh, come on. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it. Got to be something. We've got to have one somewhere. I don't want to take it off anything really, but I'm feeling a bit desperate, so I will. No, that's not it. Looks like that. I thought that was it. Oh dear. How can I not have the one bit I need? This is so stupid and it's gone on for far too long. Right, I think what I'm going to do, carry on, and then just see what happens. That is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I can't move it forward quick enough to... No, I can't. It just jumps. Right, shut that off. Bugger. Right, so if anybody that... Obviously, it would happen now, wouldn't it? The numbers have now jumped up as everything goes wrong. I have literally just smashed myself in the face with a piece that had pinged off as I was pushing something else together. And I've got it, but I've got the bit I've got is the wrong way. So I need, and I can't, I've looked in here, I've poured all the pieces out. I just need, so I don't know how important that bit's going to be. It might not do anything, but you just don't know with these things because it's got a gap in the middle. So I'm assuming you're going to have something later on. Because it's the bit that the next bit attaches to. So I think I am royally snookered until I can find that bit. Oh, we were making such good progress as well. I can't carry on. There's nothing. I just don't have it in there. Sod law, isn't it? I find the one bit I think it is at the very, very top of it. Pour everything else out. And I haven't got another one, let alone it being the correct way. I've got to really figure out what set. I've got so many sets. How can I not see a spare one of these? I just want to be able to find it and finish the next bag, because it'll, or to at least connect this bit to it, because we're literally like 6 pieces away from making it 3 base plates wide. Sums up everything I do in this Lego room, honestly. Everything has been plain sailing up until now. You know full well I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to find the bit I need as well. That's why I'm being a bit stubborn and I haven't ended the stream yet. So I've got to have another piece like this. There's got to be one somewhere, or the bit that hit me has to be just here. I bet it won't be just here. Obviously, it'll be more than likely miles away. Tempted. I'm going to try. I'm looking at everything going, no, it's not on there. I just want to harvest it off the next thing I find. No. No. No, not on there, not on there, not on there. It's not on Mr. Harry. Nope, no. Not even on there. Oh, good grief. Right, that's it. I'm going to have to wrap it up. What a shame that is. So, are you going to be useful for the first ever time? Are you going to be a bit on here that I can salvage? No. No. Bugger. Right, that is such a shame. I don't have another one of those because that has... Oh, I have... Oh. I thought that was the right piece then. It's a double, not a single. And it's the wrong colour, but you can't see it. But that's a 2 stud, not a single. Oh, I thought I was saved. Oh, I'll tell you what. Will this actually... Do we have one in here? The set that nobody likes. Is there anything in here? No. Nothing. Right. Done. That's it. What a horrible way to end. So let's go back over to the Lego website. Have another double quick look to see if there's anything new, which there isn't, I don't think. Go back to newest. No, there isn't. Right, so that is a bit of a dull end to this live stream because of, well, one piece. So I need to find that. So I'm going to spend the rest of the evening hunting down one bit that has gone flying, and then we can carry on. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. As always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and catch you next one.